My hat's pink, my curling shoes are pink, and my phone is pink. My favorite color's pink. My name is Shorty Jenkins, and I make ice. Dave, you want to take the hand scraper start? First thing do I ask somebody where the closest Tim Hortons is.
When he's in town, he's in here every morning, early.
Well, I flood the ice, and then I go to Tim Hortons. And then I come back, flood the ice, and then I go back to Tim Hortons. Extra large double, please. I go back and forth all day long. It's the best coffee I've ever had.
Shorty's ice is by far the best ice in Canada, probably in the world.
Really? The
Yes.
cha-cha?
Yes. Foxtrot.
Foxtrot.
And I also like to dance. She's dancing everybody else but me, and I'm very upset. This is where I'm most comfortable, right here, making my hot coffee. Yes, good. Really instantly warms up my hands.
So after that, the Hemmings rink has a chance to set things up. They again have the hammer, so they need to score 2 to get this $1,900 skin. And they've got a chance to set things up nicely right now.
That's right. Hemmings is worried about that rock behind the tee line, even though it's his own, but he's trying to get something.
Nice shot there by Guy Thibodeau, the second for Team Hemmings.
Very nice touch by Guy.
Down, you move it a bit. It's not bad.
Draw first.
We move on to third rocks and Jonathan Meade.
Johnny will try to just get a yellow rock out in front of these. Whether he's shot or not isn't really the concern at this point. But they need to get something in the rings and possibly frozen to Hemmings shot rock.
You got room. Hard for line. Got room. Hard, guys. Line's good. Got room. It's got a curl. Easy. Just do it. It's good. Good shot.
It didn't finish quite enough. You saw John give it a look of disgust, but he thought that the boys might have been off that and allow it to curl a little more. But still a very good position. It's going to be awfully tough for Guy to get that, to remove that yellow stone without getting rid of his own.
Don Westfall now.
Didn't need that little bounce.
Where?
Line's good. Whoa,
Let it work. Now.
Let it work.
Back 40.
Whoa.
Oh, back 40.
Let it work.
No.
Line's not bad.
No,
Yeah.
never.
Whoa.
Never. Okay. Oh boy.
Another nice shot for Westfall, and now he's got control because he's got one out in front of Jeff's rock. So it's kind of a cat and mouse game. They're both jockeying for position, and Jeff's going back to the in turn now because the button's still open, and Johnny's going to try to angle freeze the Hemmings shot rock. You hear on these better teams how the communication is so important. You hear the front ends constantly telling the skip what weight they got, and you know, the skip's job is to call the line. He can't call the weight. The front end has to judge the weight.
Got a curl. Yep. Curl. Just wait. Line's good. It's got a curl. Whoa. Oh. Good shot. Curl.
It's almost as good as John could do on that shot. Even though he's not shot rock, he's put it in a position where if Don is a little wide on this shot, he can easily jam it on his own. But that's almost as good as he could hope for.
Second or third stones for Don Westfall.
Yeah, Westfall needs to remove this rock. If there's any hope at all of getting 2, this rock has to be taken care of. But
it's cutting across the center line.
Over. Oh,
yeah, it looked like it may have picked. That missed by quite a bit. I think it may have grabbed something and really curled hard, because we haven't seen that type of movement.
Here. Yeah. All right, bud. I don't think we want to have been all right. It was there, and then do anything that we could lose one of our shit. Yeah, even going to say the weight's pretty good. Okay.
Yeah, Don is sure that rock must have grabbed something, and you see the front end didn't have their brushes down, so it's you know, any bit of lint or anything, any little debris from a guy's gripper or whatever can alter a shot, and it doesn't take much. The ice is so keen and you know, it's shaved regularly every draw, so there's only one pebble out there, so there's not much room for any debris to get lost. So the rock's affected by everything out there.
Okay.
But Jeff's not out of the woods. There's too many red rocks in there, so you know he's second shot at this point, and the crucial rock that he's attempting to guard is the yellow rock on top of the button.
Yeah.
Jeff Stoughton suffered only one loss in repeating as provincial champion. Vic, you recall who handed him his lone setback?
Well, we were fortunate enough to dispatch him on Saturday morning, but then you know, we were hoping at another shot at him, but you know, I didn't play that well personally after that, and we were gone by Saturday night. So, you know, Jeff's got a real consistent team. He bounced back from that loss and played fabulously well against Garry Burtnick.
Won 4 straight en route to his 2nd straight title. Here's his first rock of the second end. He's trying to set up another steal. He stole 1900 in the first, and he'd like to do it again here in the second.
Has to be careful he doesn't set up a double. He's trying to tap back his shot, his second shot, to become shot rock.
Hard. Shot.
Perfect shot for Stoughton.
And the crowd here at the Fort Garry Curling Club appreciative of that shot. People in their seats 90 minutes before this game started. They were in the parking lot 2 hours before it began, trying to get a front row seat.
Yeah, the interest in this event is amazing, and it's you know, the curlers sure appreciate it, because it's out of the ordinary. It's something that we don't get a chance to do that often. So this is a real great event.
That's good. Yeah. Okay. I like that. Sure, we're by. That's it. Yeah.
So Guy Hemmings will slide back to the hack, looking at
Yeah, nose is the best, yeah.
a shot stolen by Stoughton on the sports select button.
Well, I guess he's got to move that red one a bit anyways.
Yeah, he's got a few options here, actually. He's you know, even though Jeff made a great shot, with all the red rocks on top of the tee line, Hemmings is going to try to promote one of his own in the 8-foot, and if he can nose it, you know, he'll probably lay 2.
Yep. Hard. Whoa. Stay with it. Yep. Whoa.
Here's the run back by Hemmings, and he punches out that Stoughton shot stone. The line 1.
Good call by Don Westfall. It looked like the rock was curling, but Donnie, you know, he kept his cool and ended up with a real good result. They're sitting 1 for sure, possibly 2.
He can't do anything with that side of it. Like, this is the one that he can do something with, but he can come just kiss off that and push it in for 2. I think we just try this, eh? Yeah. Just heavy draw and try and get in here. Yeah, I think so. Oops. That's not going to matter. Yeah.
I don't know if you'd see that from the overhead, but Jeff kicked the stone in the back 12. But as he said, it's not going to matter. That rock's not in play.
Especially if it's curling. I mean,
No, there's so much granite in the rings, it's hard for the boys to move around and decide what to do. But, you know, John, you heard John telling Jeff about all the options, and that's the case in most skins ends. You're never out of the woods.
Back line.
So they're worried about those red rocks on the left-hand side of the house, and they want to cut off that promotion there.
That's
You can
right.
see quarter. I just don't know the ice. What do you figure?
Well, yeah, I know.
But Jeff's thinking of playing a heavy draw and possibly just chopping off the rock on top of the 4-foot to, you know, he may even end up on the button with this shot, depending on the movement. But you know, he wouldn't mind at all at this point of getting a carryover and assuming the hammer next end.
You just want to sit in front of his rock and go.
This is Jeff Stoughton's final stone of the second end. He won 1900 in the first with a steal, and he's trying to set up another here in 2.
Got to cross the center line.
That's tight, but it looks like Stoughton lies second shot there.
Right, you're right, and Jeff's concern is here that he hasn't thrown anything down this path, so you know, it's a bit of a guess, but it's an educated guess.
Stay with it. No. Close. No. Get ready. Yep. Whoa. Stay with it. Yes. Hard.
curl through that port and kind of get down into that pocket of red stones. He gets by the guard, makes a little chip and roll, and he's on the button. Is Jeff Stoughton. Another great shot by the Charles Wood skip.
Yeah, that's as good as he could do with that shot. I mean, they anticipated the break and they swept it perfectly.
Wow, I wasn't so sure, but you mentioned those rocks really curl at the end there, and I thought he was on the guard to start out with.
Up to you. Up to you.
Guy and Don
Yeah, if you go
trying to figure their options, and they can make one with a dead back, but I think they're definitely trying to get a deuce out of this.
just hack weight or something?
I would, but it's not there.
He's getting some advice from the crowd, is he? But he says it's not there.
Ouais.
Just have to skinny the back one, hopefully. Like, faut qu'on pogne avec hack avec. Yeah, walk all. Hack weight.
The double's not there?
Yeah. I don't think so.
Well, let's talk about that, Vic. Can he promote that red stone on the top and the double's not there? You don't think to take the 2 yellow out and get, well, he'd get 7.
No, I think he would jam his own. I don't think there's any way he can remove both yellows completely. Because of the angles on the one Jeff just threw rolled kind of in front of one of Hemmings' rock that's behind the tee line, and I don't see how you could get them both. But he's thinking of maybe angle raising the red one top of the 8-foot on an angle with quiet weight and keeping a shooter in the 4-foot. That might give him 2.
Right there.
But it would have to stick because Stoughton's got the one in the 4-foot, he'd have to get second shot rock, and that would.
That's right.
Making that angle raise and holding your shooter to be second shot would be tough.
Very, very difficult.
Back range. Okay. Okay.
But I think that's his only legitimate shot at even getting 1. So, you know, the bonus of it is if it's perfect, he can get 2, and if it's not quite perfect, he can still take it to carryover and not lose the skin.
That's too much.
No, it's not too much. Because you threw a 8 here, back 8, and you were coming pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know what I mean? We're talking about use the same path as your back 8.
Okay.
Basically the same line.
Okay. All right. Connect. Yeah, 3/4 you got a chance.
Right.
Is that good?
Maybe back. Give me the edge of the 4. We're going to make sure we high side, though.
Yeah, that's it.
Can't over curl, so give me the edge of the 4.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just trying to decide exactly what line the rock needs to take here, but I think they're going to be just tapping their own rock back and attempting to remove the Stoughton shot rock. Lots of communication between Westfall and Hemmings, which is what you know, what Guy is very happy about. He's got a lot more to say about his shots this year than he had the last few years.
So all 3 scenarios impossible. Stoughton could get another $1,900 skin or steal, and Guy's got a chance for 2, and there's also the chance for a carryover. And here's the promotion, but he won't get his 2. The Stoughton will be second shot, so it will be 1 for Hemmings and a carryover. So that means we'll add $2,200 to the pot. And when we come back, the third end will be worth $4,100. But before we go to break, let's make our first house call and hear from Guy Hemmings about changing his provincial play-down format.
If you ask me today, I would say make sure the final game of a province or a big event should be more like best 2 out of 3 instead of only 1 game that could be lost only on 1 shot or a pick or stuff like this. I think curling's getting bigger. There's more money involved. There's more prestige into it now. And I think in a few years from now, I won't be surprised if they think about changing that rule. Make sure you got the best team coming out of your province or coming out of a spiel. So that would be my improvement right now.
And from the Fort Garry Curling Club in just a moment.
Curlers transportation provided by Midtown Ford. Customers for life.
You know, they said I wasn't fast enough to play pro hockey or strong enough to play pro football. I never really had the arm for pro baseball. I still got time to make the Briar.
Hurry! Sports Select. Hurry! Because in life there's sports, and then there's all that other stuff.
Honey, where are you?
I'm in the house. I am in the house.
This is a credit union.
It is.
And anyone can join?
Anyone.
Good. The first thing I want is to be an owner.
Owner?
I expect a full slate of investment options, electronic banking services, worldwide access to my accounts.
Worldwide.
Uh-huh. And rebates, lower fees, better interest rates, that kind of thing.
Whatever you need.
Good. I don't know why I didn't come here years ago.
Be a member.
Thank you for calling Handyman Connection.
Get connected with Handyman Connection. One call to Handyman Connection solves all your repair and remodeling dilemmas.
Aren't you glad you made the connection? Handyman Connection.
Isn't it nice to know you're wonderful? Isn't it nice to know they care? Their kind and gentle way will make you stop and say, isn't it nice to know? Isn't it nice to know you're wonderful?
Come home to something wonderful. Come home to the Waverly.
The Sports Select Curling Skins Game presented by CKY5. This portion brought to you in part by Max Convenience Stores, always in your neighborhood. McPhillips Street Station Casino, relive the opulent splendor of the past. And the Curling Suppliers of Canada, Asham Curling Supplies, 8-ender brooms, and Pace Setter Sportswear.
Well, as we head into the third end, we have a carryover, which means our honorary skips will be playing for $900 this end. Our armchair skips, we have two new ones in the third end. They will each be playing for $150. And at stake for our curlers, $4,100 here in the third end. Let's go upstairs and rejoin Keith and Vic.
So there you see it. Jeff leads $1,900 to nothing, and it's starting to get interesting with that carryover, $4,100.
Oh, this is where curling becomes fun, when the money gets like this, and you know, these two teams are you know, we're real excited about winning yesterday's game to get into this game, because to play for this kind of money is not an everyday experience, and it's a lot of fun for these guys.
So Jeff could get up to $6 grand with a skin here, and he'll have the hammer back because of that carryover. So Guy needs to get something going already here in end number 3.
That's right. Jeff's in the driver's seat, and you know, after two ends, Jonathan Meade and Jeff Stoughton. Jonathan's at 100%, and Jeff's at 81, and the back end, the Hemmings back end, is both at the 50% mark. So, you know, huge variance there, and that shows what's happened to date.
So the first time we see roles reversed here with the change in hammer, it's the Hemmings rink with the long guard, and Stoughton trying to come in behind it.
Come on, guys.
But you hear Jeff say, come on, guys, they got to sweep it hard to get it in behind.
Pretty good. Good spot, Doug.
Very nice shot by Doug.
You were saying that you can miss the guard by a lot and still get in behind it, can't you?
And that's what Hans loves so much about these curling rocks. He can, you know, he can create this type of situation. He's so comfortable with these rocks, and he'll be taking, like I said before, these rocks are going to the Briar in Saskatoon. So with Hans Woeserts being the head ice maker, people watching the Briar will be able to expect this kind of ice, and it sure makes it good for the viewers, because anything can be made out here.
Well, I know Friday night semifinalist Wayne Middaugh was extremely complimentary about the rocks that were played here, because he suggested that in other events he's played across the country that wasn't the case.
That's right, and the Middaugh team won the Briar here with these exact rocks. So, and they were flawless when they beat Hemmings in the Briar final, and you know, so they love these stones, and they just weren't quite as sharp yesterday as the Middaugh team usually is, and but they enjoyed their trip here, and were very complimentary about this event.
Finish.
Doug Armstrong
Good.
freezing down and
All right, that's
creating a little separation.
Very knowledgeable curling fans. They see even a lead shot that's generally kind of overlooked. Those shots are so important, and Dougie's getting a hand for placing the rock in the right position, which is great to see.
Well, there's plenty of advice, on the ice, as we saw last, and the crowd, of course, in these made-for-TV events, sit almost right on top of the ice, and will certainly give their comments.
Yeah, this is a typical end again, like we've mentioned before. Just top backs and jockeying for position, and the first 5 rocks for sure of each end are setup rocks, and whoever sets up the best for their back end is usually the guys that end up counting the money.
Guy Thibodeau makes the takeout, and everything's lined up in a row along the center line.
Down to it. You can move it a bit, but not much. A couple inches.
Put another on top of it, Vic?
That's what Jeff's indicating. He doesn't really want to move it. He kind of wants to angle freeze it, and it's a tough shot for Garry, because you're talking about putting it into a 2 or 3 inch space there, because if he chops off, like Jeff says, it's not worth anything. So a lot of heat on all these players, not just the back end, because that's quite a tough shot for anybody to play, and these guys are great with judging their sweeping, because that's what these shots are, almost all sweeping.
Now look at that. Not much room to work with, but he made the shot.
Yeah, it overcurled a little. I think Jeff was wanting to stick that out a bit, but as it is, you keep piling these guards up. The Hemmings rink might never have a chance to get rid of the Stoughton shot rock. So he's taking a run at it right now.
That's what I thought the lead end said at the front end, said we may not get another shot at that Stoughton shot stone in the 8-foot. Here's Guy Thibodeau trying to be the long run back here.
Wow.
5 of them are lined up. Let's see what Guy can do here. Up, up, and out.
Oh, great shot. These guys make those shots look so easy, and a guy like Thibodeau, you see no lift to the rock, just total leg drive, and these guys are in great condition.
Let's have another look at that, Vic. What was there? 4 lined up in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, and out.
Yeah, you don't see many quadruple takeouts like that, but quadruple raised takeout, which is he made look easy, like I say, and.
Nice shot by Guy Thibodeau.
Very quiet team, very quiet front end. Just do their job, and whatever the skipper wants, they do. And like we mentioned before, they're probably the most powerful sweepers on the World Curling Tour today.
No, off. Right off.
Garry's trying to make a hit and roll here. This rock's not cutting quite as much, but looks like he's got it on the nose. And as it finishes, he gets the flop, which shows you the perfect weight control, because he didn't overthrow that, and it came up almost perfectly.
So that run back by Thibodeau has created our most open end so far.
Yeah, this is almost a normal curling end now, but where you're actually seeing a few takeouts, which is unusual.
And we're already down to third rocks as Don Westfall throws. Don got the hit but didn't get the roll.
Yeah, I think he threw probably just a touch more weight than they were than Hemmings was indicating, and that fooled them a bit. So, but it was a good shot nonetheless. It's at this point Hemmings is laying 2, and Jeff's going to have a hard time making a hit and roll off this rock because of the guard situation.
Jonathan Meade now.
Whoa.
Stay close.
Stay with it. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah. No. No. Whoa. Hey. Whoa.
Hey.
He gets the hit and flop and right behind cover.
What a fantastic shot. You always know when the third's yelling whoa and the skip's yelling yeah that it's close, and that was an indication of Johnny kind of disagreeing with Jeff, but it ended up perfect.
You want to raise the front one or do you want to raise the side one? Shot. Thanks.
Just light.
It's pretty firm, eh? That wasn't bad. Center guard, right? Was it? Yeah, it was good.
Two options here. They're both raises, so you know they're both very difficult shots for Don Westfall, and that's really all he's got besides besides a straight draw to the button.
No.
Slide.
If that.
Light take out.
Okay. All right. What else? The red one? I see about a quarter of the yellow too. I don't think so. Yeah, he's got.
He'll attempt to hit this on about a half rock on the outside to drive it onto the yellow shot, and this is a difficult shot because these angles are very hard to call.
Close. Wow.
Angle raise here by Don Westfall on his own stone, trying to get the Stoughton shot yellow. Did he get the right angle? He did indeed. And Hemmings lies too.
Yeah, these guys make these shots look easy, but that wasn't that easy a shot because
trying to figure out what the hell to do
because of the angles and the weight and everything had to be right. So, but Jeff's in good shape here because he needs the deuce, but there's really nothing in the forefoot. So you know, I wouldn't be surprised to see Jeff ignore the shot rock and go with a draw. But this end has kind of had some hits in it, so he may be playing the hit and roll again with John, see if he can duplicate his first shot.
Yeah, on his first shot, John hit and rolled to the left. This time he'll try and hit and flop to the right.
Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. Yes, yes. Hurry. Whoa, whoa. Yep, whoa.
There's that hurry, whoa, so they got to be close.
That's a good sound, and once again, Johnny almost puts it back in the same spot. Just fabulous shooting by John Meade.
No choice, huh?
I should have run back over.
Well, it's been an open end, but it's been a clinic.
Yeah, it's not for lack of shot making, that's for sure. I think Guy's going to have to play the draw. I don't. There's not much percentage in running the guard back, and I think at this point he's going to have to go on the offense and try to literally go for the steal.
And Guy, without the hammer for the first time, needs the steal to get on the board. Stoughton looking for a 2 or more that would give him a $6,000 lead. So. Pivotal end here in the third.
Yeah, okay. Right. I think so.
And this is Hemmings' strength. I mean, you know, like I say, the guys that love prefer throwing the big weight might run that red one back, that guard. But, you know, Hemmings is known for his expertise in drawing. And you know, he's done the smart thing. He's going with the strength.
Sarah Mardani. Okay. Same weight as yesterday.
First skip stone from Guy Hemmings.
Line's good. Yep, keep it high a bit.
Not away.
Line's good.
Line's good.
Line's good. Got a curl, actually. Got a curl.
Line's good.
Got a
be
curl.
there, guys. Line's great.
Got a curl. Got a curl. Got a curl. Let it work. Ooh.
Good line.
No. Hang on. Wait for it. Wait. Ah, good shit, guys.
Right smack dab on the sports select button.
What a nice touch by Guy Hemmings. And you saw he actually had 3 feet of room on that red guard, the top red guard, and still the rock finished, and it's totally buried.
Well, he said from the get-go that's got a curl, and boy, that just at the house almost, it just took off. And
yeah, and it didn't pick. That's how these rocks finish. And you know, on the other hand, for Jeff, he knows if he throws the right weight, he can also get at that shot. So it's not like it favors one team or the other. He almost wanted to bury that one out of sight, and it did, but Jeff can still poke it back.
Here's Stoughton's first rock of the third end.
Jeff will try to throw a little more weight because he feels he has to move that rock.
Trying to follow the path of Guy Hemmings to the button.
No.
This one's got a curl too.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 you're good.
And look at this.
Shot.
Excellent shot.
Wow. Great curling end here.
Just another inch.
Yeah, that's in a position where Hemmings, you know, he could play a pick maybe with a hit, but he might jam it on his own. And I think he almost has to try to guard that side and keep Jeff from scoring two. The problem being that Jeff has both sides to draw to, and it curls so good that he may block the side that he feels is the hardest for Jeff to get into. I don't think he's got anything else.
You could tell, you could hear him say, "Good shot, Jeff." Jeff thought he was just an inch away.
Yeah, I think Jeff was perfect. Really, I don't see any way of Hemmings removing that without jamming it on his own.
If you're going to do it, you may as well just put a guard. Right? As soon as you come in, you give him this angle here. Hits it anywhere it knows. All right. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to do that, you may as well guard.
So Don Westfall was saying if you bring something in, Jessica's just going to play off it, so you might as well put up a guard.
That's right. Even if Guy was to play a freeze on the yellow rock, he says he'll set up an easy shot for Jeff. So you know, he's going to throw the guard on the out turn side and force Jeff real wide with the in turn.
So they basically conceded the fact that they can't steal. They're just going to try and cut Jeff down to one and get the carryover.
Yeah, they desperately need a carryover at this point, because if Jeff can get his two and get the skin here, they'll be in a deep hole.
It'd be a $6,000 hole.
Half a rock, eh?
Then he has to play the freeze to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think he has a chance at a rock the other side?
Not a great situation for Hemmings, because he knows whatever he does here, Jeff will have a chance to win this skin.
Here? Yeah. Same ice. Yeah.
I think they decided to try to play the freeze, the dead-on freeze now, and I don't quite understand why he's what he's hoping to accomplish with this.
Not through. Okay. Way out there.
Line's good.
Line's good. Yep. Hard.
Line's good.
Line's good. Hard. 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 Hard.
Line's great.
Yep. Little bounce. Yep. Little bounce. Hard. 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 Deal. Hard. 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 Roll it. Okay.
Well, he didn't accomplish a whole lot. I mean, if Jeff prefers, he can play the in turn. If he prefers, he can play the out turn. So he really didn't change much here. The only thing he did is he would change the track slightly, because his rock is biting the center line. But
that's enough.
Jeff's decided to go with the in turn, and the weight's probably the same out here. Just a matter of getting the right line for them.
All right. I don't know what turns better. That's the problem, eh?
Exactly what you said.
Yeah, I think this way's better. No backing,
which
but
turn?
It's not like it's going to help anyway.
I like the out turn too, because they've been throwing the out turn, and that's why I'm surprised that Hemmings.
I mean, even if you get,
at Hemmings' shot, he should have, possibly gone with his first instinct, which was to just throw a guard on that side and make Jeff play the tough shot.
This way we know it's going to curl.
Not that this is easy, by no means.
What's he going to need here to get his second shot up? Does he need full four or?
Pretty well full 4 foot. So, it's there definitely. The way the rock hooks, you don't have to be anywhere near the red rock to make his two.
T-line, guys.
So a key moment in this skins game, as you see, the back Hemmings stone is biting the back 8. So full 4 will get it done for Jeff. He can get a second stone in there. It would be a $4,100 skin and a $6,000 lead.
Just a bit less weight.
Nobody better at making these shots than the guy sitting there right now, because he's made so many over his career that this isn't a real hard shot for Jeff.
Well, last week in the B final, he needed to draw the 4 foot to win it and put it on the button.
Line's good.
Here's Jeff Stoughton trying to take command of the Sports Select Skins game. If he can draw to the 4 foot and count 2.
Line's good. No, line's good.
It looked a little heavy because the guys weren't sweeping it, but we'll see if it dies.
When it come to rest in time, you hear Stoughton say stop, and it'll stop full 4 foot. Give Jeff Stoughton 2. Give him $4,100 and a $6,000 to nothing lead. And before we head to the fourth end, let's hear from Jeff Stoughton in another house call. Here is him handicapping the upcoming Briarfield in Saskatoon.
I think all the Western teams are strong just because we know them. Macaulay from BC, Martin from Alberta, Corte, you may not know his name that well, from Saskatchewan, very good team. And of course Russ Howard from New Brunswick. The other teams, we know Peter Corner's team, so they're a very good team as well. But the other teams, we don't really know them or how they play or anything like that, so they can come up and bite you. But those ones you probably get more nervous for just because you haven't played them before and you're just excited about the game a little bit more. The other 5, we know them, we know they all can play great, so we're going to have to play great as well.
And that house call was brought to you by the Winnipeg Sun. Jeff Stoughton has $6K in the bank. We'll go to the $2,200 fourth end when we come back to the Fort Garry Curling Club.
Curlers accommodations courtesy of the Crown Plaza downtown, Winnipeg's hotel of choice.
Jerry Little of Midtown Ford has always been a proud supporter of curling in Manitoba. He loves the teamwork, the same teamwork he brings to his dealership.
Working late tonight, Dennis?
Oh, just checking out some new angles, Jer.
That's the old team spirit.
Everyone working like a well-oiled machine to help the customer, Jerry thought. Midtown Ford, 750 Pembina Highway. Customers for life.
On the button.
How much would you say the windows in your home are worth? 5,000, 10, 25? When it comes to window coverings, do you really want to buy them where they take something off the shelf and cut it so it sort of fits? Wouldn't you rather pick out the material and style and have them custom made from scratch to fit your windows exactly? That's what we do at Super Blinds. Custom make beautiful blinds and draperies in our on-site factory for your home. Off the shelf and then cut for your windows? I don't think so.
Hello? Oh, hi, Joan. No, it's fine. I'm just doing my RSPs. Yes, I'm at home. I'm serious. I'm doing it online with Outlook.
Introducing Outlook Financial. Outlook gives you great rates with total security, and Outlook lets you access your savings anytime, anywhere. Outlook Financial. Improve your financial outlook. Call us today or visit us online.
So, what's new with you?
Thank you for calling Handyman Connection.
Get connected with Handyman Connection. One call to Handyman Connection solves all your repair and remodeling dilemmas.
Aren't you glad you made the connection? Handyman Connection.
The Sports Select Curling Skins Game, presented by CKY5. This portion brought to you in part by the Winnipeg Sun, First in Sports, Club Regent Casino, come and explore a mystical world, and BW Imaging, Winnipeg's graphic arts communication leader for over 35 years.
Welcome back to the Fort Garry Curling Club with the Stoughton win in that end. His honorary skip, Redso Besarevich, wins another $900. He's now at $1,300, and each of our armchair skips also wins $150. The Stoughton team now at $6,000 after 3 ends of play, with $14,000 still up for grabs. Keith and Vic?
All right, thanks, Steve. And we're on to the fourth end worth $2,200. And Jeff with a commanding lead. Can't win it here, though. First team to exceed $10,000 will be declared the champion. So Stoughton couldn't get it here, but Guy definitely has to get something going here. He's shut out through 3.
Yeah, and Jeff's honorary skip is having a great old time over there. He's making money just watching these guys make shots, that's a great life.
Well, Jeff was pitching a shutout last night against Don Spriggs, won the first 6 skins, and then Donnie got on the board with the last 2. So again, Stoughton out in control.
Yeah, and I kind of figured the Stoughton team would come into this event probably in a better frame of mind than the other 3, because they're the ones going to the Briar, and they really got nothing to lose. This is a warm-up, a tune-up for them. But the nice part of this skins game for the rest of us curlers is that somebody besides Kevin Martin and Wayne Middaugh is going to actually win a skins game for a change, which is a real change.
Yeah, 2 years ago, Martin swept them both, and this year Wayne had won in Whitehorse and Toronto.
That's right, and you know, the Stoughton Martin rivalry will be rekindled again at the Briar this year, and those two teams figure to be the toughest of a decent field.
Well, you remember when Jeff won in '96, he had to beat Kevin Martin 3 times in the round robin, the Page playoff, and then the final, and that's pretty incredible. If you can beat Kevin Martin 3 times in a week, you deserve to be Briar champs.
Oh, for sure. And Kevin's got some young blood on his team this year, and they've been playing real well. He's got a young second, and you know, that team is really ready to once again win the country. But you know, we've all seen how Jeff's playing, and you know, they'll definitely be a force as well.
Got a curl.
And here's the
Nice shot, Doug.
Stoughton rink sweeping their stone into the top 4.
That's a perfect spot for Dougie. Dale came a little deep. Dale Ness came a little deep with his draw attempt, and you know, the end is once again Hemmings is kind of behind the 8 ball very early in this end, because that top rock is the control rock.
Here's Dale Ness.
The big difference in this game has been at the back end. I think Hemmings' front end has played very well, but
we're by for sure.
As we get later on in the 7th and 8th shots of the end, that's where Jeff's team appears to be making way more shots than Hemmings.
Well, they made a couple of beauties there on the back end. John made flops from both sides, and then Jeff with that. I mean, we think we out here in Manitoba think of that as routine. Jeff drawing the 4-foot, but that was just a fabulous shot for his 2.
Yeah, 2 great shots by John, and then 2 great shots by Jeff. So you know, you can't beat that type of curling. If he's got the hammer and he's going to make shots like that, there's not a whole bunch you can do.
Garry Vandenberg now for the Charleswood foursome.
Yeah, just trying to tap back his yellow rock onto the button, and
Still got a cool lot.
and it looks like it's coming in real good for them again.
Shot, Gary.
Makes a little tap back for a bite of the button. Stoughton lies shot.
Great weight.
Yeah, and the Hemmings team is, you know, that first skin, you got to get on the board. It's tough. The pressure starts to mount a bit on these guys. I mean, they're pressing a bit, and you know, as they look at that scoreboard, and it indicates that you know, Jeff's pitching a shutout, it becomes a little more difficult as the ends go by.
Well, those are the words almost identically that Don Spriggs used last night. He thought it was nip and tuck when he thought he would come here and not win anything. He got the last 2 skins and got a pretty decent $2,700 payday, but until he said till it came, he was struggling out there.
They were in a real tough position, never playing skins before, playing you know, a real hot team, and they did a great job. There's a great shot by Thibodeau.
Take out to lie 2. Like you said, the front end so far has carried the Hemmings team. They've made their shots.
I wouldn't mind running that yellow at it. Go, Peel.
Yeah, Jeff's going to have to do a little bailing here. These rocks are lined up in Hemmings' favor, so Vandenberg's going to be asked to possibly make a double here on the front rocks.
He's throwing some up weight here, trying to run some of those red Hemmings stones. Big weight from Garry Vandenberg, and gets 1, 2. Well, actually, the second one's going to hang around, I think. But he does move them around to open things up. They were lined up, as you say, Vic, dangerously, and Garry shakes things up in the house.
A good spot for Hemmings now. That rock that's in the rings is not a real bothersome rock because it's in the back of the 4-foot. So, you know, a tight center guard, to get one in there first, good chance to get his 2.
That's good.
Thibodeau trying to draw in behind cover to lie 2. He's got to get by the yellow guard, though. And he's gonna get a piece of it.
Yeah, once again, the break, the excessive break kind of got fooled them again because they didn't pick it up in time. It looked like the weight was great, but you have to anticipate the break and sweep it before it goes. Otherwise, sweeping doesn't seem to hold it.
You don't like that enter?
So quickly we're to third rocks and Jonathan Meade. Facing 3 Hemmings stones in the rings. That one at the top 12 is a biter.
But like we mentioned, that rock is the shot rock is behind the button, and you know, if John can get one out in front of it near the button, that cuts the odds of getting a good end for Hemmings down considerably.
They're going to try and come around this yellow guard from the other side. John safely by. Draw it down to the backing. And he'll sit there with a bite of the button.
Just a little heavy, but they had to sweep it to get by the guard. So, you know, Johnny probably threw 3 or 4 feet more than he wanted to, but not a bad shot because he's got one in there now, and Westfall's forced to, you know, to play down to it.
Yeah. Line's good. But it's still way behind the tee, isn't it? Like then he comes to let it work. Let it work. Whoa, let it work. Whoa. Line's not bad. Whoa. Line's good. Whoa. Whoa.
Back edge good.
Whoa. Right off. Let it work. Whoa. No.
Whoa, not there yet.
Oh. Whoa.
Nice shot from Don Westfall to bump back the yellow stone and sit on the button. Hemmings lies 2.
Lots of communication. You heard the front end making sure Hemmings knew that rock had lots of weight, and you know, and Guy calling line, and Donnie calling line, so the whole team gets involved, and they're a very, very exciting team to watch.
Well, if you're just joining us, Hemmings has the hammer, and he needs 2 to get on the board. So far, it's been all Jeff Stoughton. He's up $600, or at least $6,000 to nothing.
Wait's there.
And Jonathan Meade's trying to, you know, to weld something on here. He can afford to be a little heavy and tap it back, but it looks like he may have gotten a little wide on this shot.
He rubs the guard.
Yep. Okay, John. Sorry, boys.
Gonna have another look at this shot by Jonathan Meade,
Didn't do a thing, eh?
who failed to negotiate the guard.
I get it back? No, I thought it was.
Here's a look, Vic. Just.
Yeah, it just didn't curl quite enough for John. He looked like he threw it well. It just maybe had a little more weight than he wanted, and it didn't really take the same track as the last couple of draws down that spot. But he kept the shooter in the rings, and it's on top of the, you know, on the left-hand side of the sheet, so it can be used by Jeff, you know, on his next shot.
Over. Whoa. Where is it?
But really, for the first time in this game, the Hemmings rink has something going.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity here if Westfall can put it in the right spot, but he also looks like he's a little heavy.
No, Dale, no.
Don's room, never.
Sit you. All right, guys, fuck off.
Is that too much separation? Yeah.
Well, that wasn't a good shot because basically now he's given Johnny an out. He'd been better off being short of the rings on that one.
I had a little trouble translating the French there on the open mic, but I think I got the gist that he didn't like it.
Not too complimentary to himself, and you know, nobody knows better than the shooter himself when he throws one that kind of might screw things up for his team. And this is a perfect example where, you know, Jeff can throw a heater here and get out of the end.
Okay.
So we come to skip stones in the 4th end.
Bumper if we get nose hit or roll in just a little bit.
It's been all that guy so far. He's got $6,000 in the bank. As you see behind him, skins in 1 and 3. The big 1 and 3 after the carryover in 2.
That's true. That should be good.
Yeah, like we heard Jeff say, he's just looking to throw bumper weight at this, not to throw it real hard, because he wants to keep his shooter possibly roll behind the guard, the center guard.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yep. Hard. Whoa. 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 Shot.
This takes out one of the Hemmings Red Stones. And Vic, who's shot there?
Didn't quite get the roll properly, but yellow's definitely shot. I think Hemmings is his second shot at this point, but
Good throw. Yeah. Pack weight or something, or?
I think Jeff is 1 and 3 here, and
right? Yeah.
Hemmings 2 and 4. But the beauty of it is for Jeff that both his rocks are on top of the tee line, and there's a center guard not allowing for the double.
So this end changed around in a hurry because it looked like Hemmings rink had something going.
Pack.
That's right. Now Hemmings is going to have to play basically the same shot Jeff did. He's going to try to get an inside roll off it to avoid jamming it. But this is a very difficult shot. I don't know whether he can get, if he gets real tight to the center guard, he might be able to bump Jeff's other rock out of the 4-foot as well. So good chance for Hemmings.
Yep.
Here's Guy's first stone of the 4th end.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Some Russ Howard-like calling out there as they try and get it by the yellow guard, and they're all over it, as you hear the rink say.
Okay, that's good. That's good. No, that's good right there.
Not a bad spot for Hemmings, even though he seemed to turn that one. It really got going out of his hand, but his shooter ended up right in the crotch of Jeff's 2 rocks, so it's going to be tough for Jeff to guard that.
Just like you drew it up, Guy.
Just like you drew it up, yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
We shot just like he drew it up. He got what he wanted, but that's not the way he wanted it to happen.
My rock back and just hit the 7 rock, I guess. Eh?
Yeah, it's not going to be that tough.
And Jeff is shot rock at this point, but he sees all the options that Hemmings has.
I mean, if you can ever do this,
yeah, it's got to go over. It's got to go over here, though, right?
You just got to get to here. Well, no, because he'd be able to just hit the 6 and spin it out. You want to just guard?
Could try that. We're line 1.
We're line 1.
We're sure? Who's second shot? Who's got this one?
This one, 5 does.
Yeah, but we're out counting this one?
Yeah.
Because he could, if I overcurl, he can still pick this, eh?
Yeah, this is like more than half. That one's less than half. Yeah, we're...
You had that down, Vic, your eagle eyes. You think he's 1-3, right?
Well, it's a good guess, anyways. Yeah, they're concerned because of Jeff can't just allow Hemmings to pick his rock out, he's saying. So he's got to put this guard in the right spot. I don't know whether he can guard both sides of that this shot.
The guard's not that easy. I mean, if I overcurl it all, he hits 7 that way.
Yeah. And
if I undercurl it, he hits it. Yeah, it'd be close enough to get it. I'd have to guard this side of the line. Plus, I might end up with my shooter sitting right here. Leave him to bang bang.
If you could put it right here.
We could throw a guard, but...
Guard's fine if you make it. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with
it. He's got to run.
As long as he can't see more than half of it on this side.
Yeah, it's got to be on this side.
Well, it's easier from that side.
Yeah. I don't hear a lot of audience help right now, do you?
Actually, yeah. I mean, all he has to do is tick this, go right, tick bang.
Yeah. Well, let's try.
I think we got to tap it.
And if it's, yeah, then
tick bang, tick it right to there. The thicker, the better.
Okay. Well, yours sure took its time, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Did mine with that? Like yours there, I don't even know if you'd hit it. It's gonna curl so hard at the end.
You got to go more, you think?
Jeff's decided to go on the offense because, defending they've decided isn't going to be that easy. So he figures he may as well tap his shot rock.
Guard's easier than tapping it?
Onto the button.
Guard's tough.
He's still not sure.
You got to guard the red one perfect.
What's that, John?
You got to guard the red one perfect.
Well, that's a cardinal sin, isn't it? Don't go back into the hack with 2 shots in your head. You got to.
Yeah, he's getting the whole team involved here because you know, it's tough to play guards when the ice swings this much. A guard is one of the hardest shots out there.
But the open mics here are just what curling's all about, because here's the best curler, one of the best in the world. I mean, the decisions are enormous. He even made the joke, you don't hear the crowd helping because there's just so many possibilities. But that's what makes, to me, curling fabulous, to eavesdrop and learn the strategy.
Touching the center line.
Yeah, and these guys almost make everything they call, so you know, they don't go in the hack expecting to miss what they've called. But I think what they've decided now is to try to guard the red rock. So he needs it almost on the center line. And I think what he's trying to do is make sure that Guy can't make more than one. And if he makes this right, I think he'll accomplish that.
Well, let's see how his decision worked out here. A lot of discussion on this final stone by Jeff Stoughton in the fourth end.
Just by itself. No. Whoa, 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 whoa. Stay with it. Stop. Stay with it. Stop. No, no, no. Stay with it. Yep, yep, yep. No, it's fine. It's fine. Good.
So they put the guard up, but there was some question whether it went too deep, I think.
No, that's perfect. He's blocked off any chance for a deuce. I don't think exactly where they patted the ice. So, you know, Jeff's got great control of his weight today.
Well, if Guy can't get his two, we'll throw $2,600 into the pot, and we'll play a fifth end that would be worth $4,800.
Sit. Sargent.
And if that's the case, the fifth end, the game would be on the line, because that would put. We're getting ahead of ourselves, but that would put Jeff over the magical 10,000 mark if we do get this big carryover.
Yeah, I think Guy is life and death now to even get that shot rock out. He may have to drive the rock Jeff just threw up straight back and try to make a raised double.
Sort of track.
To get
Either
to
way,
two.
Whatever you want to play. Regular. I don't like that, John. You hit on that spot that we moved there. Right. I'm not worried about that.
I'll take 3/4 of it and throw normal.
Right on the line like this, or
maybe a hair more.
I mean,
broom outside the line. Yeah, out turn like with the broom there on regular. I think you're close.
A big weight, or?
Well, regular. Don't regular.
I'll throw a bit more. You know my big weight there. Not my big weight.
Yeah, if you hit it here, you're good.
Yeah.
Here, you're not great. Yeah, you got to hit it a bit nose or a bit high. Just a hair. Okay.
Thank you. I'll save it for later.
Guy's gone with the raised takeout, and this is a very, very tough shot for him. He doesn't lift the rock, so it's tough for him to throw these real hard. And this is one of these kind of shots where you know the harder you can throw it accurately, the better off you are.
Well, this is a huge shot on the fourth end for Guy Hemmings, because if he doesn't make it, the game will be on the line in the fifth end. So last rock, fourth end, Guy Hemmings trying to make a difficult raise here to at least get a carryover. Here we go. Can you get two?
Fantastic shot. That's got to get the team pumped up.
You got them both?
Yep.
So he's on the board. Guy Hemmings has broken through with a $2,200 skin, so he keeps his hopes alive as we go to the fifth end. Right now, let's make another house call with semifinalist Don Spriggs, who literally grew up in a curling club.
Actually, my mother ran the canteen at the curling club for years when I was growing up, and I ended up being there for lunches some days during school and going there after school when I was a youngster. And a couple guys there took me by the hand and said, okay, here's what curling's all about, and from there it went.
And that handyman, or at least that house call, was brought to you by the Handyman Connection. And right now we go down to ice level with Steve Vogelson.
All right, thanks, Keith. Jeff Stoughton, pretty good start. You steal one, you force a carryover, and notwithstanding the great shot Guy just made, that's a pretty pleasant start for you guys.
Oh, it's a great start. Nothing like getting the first three and get on the board. That's the big key. And now they're on the board, so I think we'll both relax and have a great last four ends.
Now that Guy has a skin under his belt, do you expect them to be a little more aggressive for the rest of the way?
Oh, I think they've been aggressive all the way. I mean, one end they were laying 7 in the house, and we were fortunate enough to get the carryover. So So it's going to be a great last 4 ends. It's going to be a lot of fun.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Our fourth end break continues. We'll have more right after this break.
First thing I like to do in the morning is read the sports section. Excuse me. Make that the second thing.
Sports Select. Because in life there's sports. And then there's all that other stuff.
This is a credit union.
It is.
And anyone can join?
Anyone.
Good. The first thing I want is to be an owner.
Owner?
I expect a full slate of investment options, electronic banking services, worldwide access to my accounts.
Worldwide?
Uh-huh. And rebates, lower fees, better interest rates, that kind of thing.
Whatever you need.
Good. I don't know why I didn't come here years ago.
Be a member.
Jerry Little of Midtown Ford has always been a proud supporter of curling in Manitoba. He loves the teamwork, the same teamwork he brings to his dealership.
Working late tonight, Dennis?
Oh, just checking out some new angles, Jer.
That's the old team spirit.
Everyone working like a well-oiled machine to help the customer, Jerry thought. Midtown Ford, 750 Pembina Highway. Customers for life.
On the button.
Are you suffering from gas pains? Try the transit test and find relief. The cost of driving an average new car is about $20 per day. Transit costs as little as $3 per day, or even less with a bus pass. Try the transit test, now in TV Scene and TV Preview.
The Sports Select Curling Skins Game, presented by CKY5. This portion brought to you in part by Midtown Ford, customers for life. Handyman Connection, the best hammer for your house. And Manitoba's credit unions, own your future.
Curling Club in Winnipeg and the site of the Sports Select Curling Skins Game final between Jeff Stoughton and Guy Hemmings. In the fourth end, Guy Hemmings picked up his first skin of the game and won $2,200. That's the first skin win of the game for the Hemmings team. The Stoughton team has won $6,000 so far. That leaves $11,800 still up for grabs in this Curling Skins Game final. Now, it also means our honorary skips have been winning some money. With the Hemmings win in the fourth end, it means his honorary skip, Dave Benedictson, wins $500. Jeff Stoughton's honorary skip, Redso Besarevich, has already won $1,300. But our honorary skips are doing more than just sitting idly by and winning money. Last night, they were also doing some curling of their own.
$100,000 draw to the button contest, presented by McPhillip Street Station Casino. Relive the opulent splendor of the past, and Club Regent Casino. Come and explore a mystical world.
4 honorary skips were drawn and then teamed up with our Sports Select Skins Game competitors. The mission of the honorary skips, to draw the button without the aid of sweeping to win a brand new Ford Expedition filled with cash for a total prize value of $100,000.
Midtown Ford, customers for life.
Regardless of their curling success, none of our honorary skips would go home empty-handed, each one receiving a Canon digital camera for their efforts.
BW Imaging, Winnipeg's graphic arts communication leader for over 35 years.
Kevin Smith is the honorary skip for the Don Spriggs team. It fell to him to make the first attempt, and with a delivery even Ed Wernick might call unorthodox, Kevin's first curling shot of his life was a perfect corner guard, but not quite the button shot Kevin was looking for. Bob Stanwyck is Wayne Madaw's honorary skip, and much like the members of the Madaw team, Bob also throws some serious weight. But unfortunately, Bob peeled when he really wanted to draw, and his rock sailed past the button. Now, if an honorary skip makes the shot, their team wins $25,000 in cash. So Jeff Stoughton made sure Sandy Ranville was nice and relaxed before she stood in for honorary skip Redzo Besarevich. As skip and team masseuse Jeff Stoughton would say, Sandy's line was good, but she didn't quite have the T-line weight to win the Ford Expedition and the cash. That left it up to the final competitor and honorary skip for the Guy Hemmings team, Dave Benedictston, to complete his pre-shot routine and then follow it up with a routine draw to the button. But perhaps overcome by Hemmings-like enthusiasm, Dave put a little too much behind his shot, and the Ford Expedition and the cash go unclaimed, but our skips do go home with their new digital cameras. Well, as we head into the fifth end, our honorary skips are playing for our honorary skips are playing for $500. Our real skips are playing for $2,200, and our armchair skips are playing for $150. Now, we should also clear up the prize structure of the $40,000 skins game. $20,000 is available in today's final. Plus, there's $4,500 as a bonus to the winner. Now, there's also an extra $500. You might be wondering where that came in. That was to a draw to the button winner, and that was Wayne Madaw. The extra $15,000 was split up between the two semifinals on Friday night. So now you know, $20,000 today and $4,500 bonus to the winner. Now let's go back up and join Keith and Vic.
All right, thanks, Steve. And Vic, we're going to look at a shot by that man, Guy Hemmings, that may have turned around this skins game, or certainly it's changed the complexion of it.
Yeah, a real gutsy call. It was an all or nothing shot, and he executed it perfectly. That's got to get his team fired up.
Well, to put that in perspective, that's his first skin of the game. In fact, if he had missed that and Stoughton had a stole, we would have been playing for the game right here, because Stoughton would have had a chance to go over the magical $10,000 mark. Instead, it's a very tight game now with $2,600 on the line in this fifth end. So a big turning point there for the Hemmings rink.
Here's what you be saying.
Look at the crowd here at the Fort Garry Curling Club.
I've been listening.
Well supported here.
Oh, yeah, it's great. People just love it. I mean, it's to see these guys play live. They see these guys on TV lots, but and they've come out and supported this event, and hopefully this will become a fixture on the, on the curling schedule, because for curlers, these are perks that, and this is what it's all about. These are all added little things that you play for.
And the curlers sign autographs. Even in that fifth end break they were signing there. Of course, Guy Hemmings done more for national unity, I think, than a parliament full of politicians. He is just extremely popular here.
And everywhere you go, it doesn't matter what part of the country you go to, they, the kids flock to him. And, he's just that kind of guy. He's very likable and, got a wealth of talent as well.
Hard. Come on. Okay, good.
So as we start this fifth end, Jeff Stoughton has the hammer back after that Hemmings skin. And he comes in behind the Hemmings guard.
Yeah, Dougie's continuing on. He's he's playing a fabulous game. He's 97% today, and I think the front ends are pretty evenly matched today. They're both playing very well. At the back end, Don Westfall and Guy Hemmings are a little bit behind Johnny Meade and Jeff Stoughton, and that's why the Stoughton team enjoys a commanding lead at this point.
Whoa. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, well.
Move it back.
That's Dale Ness drawing into the 12-foot.
You can hear they were calling him Whale, and that's obviously because he's a big man. That's his nickname.
Here's Doug Armstrong, his counterpart at lead.
Lots of weight.
Whoa. No.
And Dougie's trying to get to the nose, and it's moving up good now, but just slightly at the wrong angle. But actually, kept the shooter in front of the Red Rock, so that's a very nice shot.
Goody, Doug.
Okay.
And hi to you.
Line's good.
I think you'll see Hemmings go all out here to try to get a steal, because he knows what's on. He knows how much money he needs and how much Jeff needs to win this game. So besides the money, there's 4 beautiful jackets on the line. Sports Select jackets, and there's only 4 of a kind in the world. So that's something that the money disappears, but a keepsake like a jacket, for example, is something that curlers treasure.
Good job. Throw bumper. Bump.
And there's a look at the jackets you were talking about, Vic.
Yeah, I'm very jealous. I drool when I go by those things. That's gorgeous.
Well, Vic was eligible to be in this skins game. The 4th and final spot was to go to the winner of the provincial championship, but since Jeff Stoughton repeated, it went to runner-up Don Spriggs. I'm kind of glad you didn't make it. I don't know if you feel the same way. I say that because it's fun to have you up here.
Thank you very much. It's very enjoyable, and this is definitely second best. We got the best seats in the house here, Keith.
And you know what? We're not staying at the barracks in Shiloh this time. The last time Vic and I worked together at the 95 Worlds in Brandon, we were bunking in some glamorous settings.
No kidding.
It was perfect.
But back to the game, we see Jeff's got one on the button. Again, well-executed shots by the front ends, and Hemmings is in a spot of trouble again.
3/4. 3/4, I think you're close.
More than half.
3/4, you're close, bro.
He's looking to play off that Stoughton yellow.
He's trying to double off. He's trying to hit that top one in the 12-foot and drive it on the one in the 4-foot. And he senses he can't get in too much of a mess here because he's been burned a few times this game. And Thibodeau's throwing a heater at this, trying to get a double.
Here is the angle raise, and he makes the takeout, but the raised rock sticks around.
Very close, very close. Not a bad situation because the red one now sticks out a bit on the left side and can be promoted as well. So,
Freeze the top yellow.
Jeff's just going to keep piling him in there and trying to stay on top of the tee line, and that's been what's worked well for him to this point. Yeah, the roles are slightly reversed. Last night we saw the Hemmings team being able to exert good pressure on the Madaw team, and it seemed like Madaw was chasing him most of the ends. And today I think it's the opposite situation. Inevitably there's a yellow rock behind a bunch of guards, and that's what curling's all about: pressure the other team. And Jeff's team has been very, very consistent today.
All right. Good throw. That's not the right shot.
Vandenberg just ticked off the front yellow. Now he creates a situation where Hemmings can nose hit that one in the 8-foot and he'll make a double. So this is a big opportunity for Westfall.
Quickly down to third rocks here, and here's Westfall to make that double attempt. And he is on the nose, and there both the Stoughton Yellowstones go. A double takeout for Don Westfall.
That's the right shot.
That'll get the percentage up.
That's a nice shot. That helps his team out considerably here. And Donnie's disgusted at the way things are going with his rock so far, and he's been just a little off. So maybe that'll right things for him, and he'll play well the rest of the game. But he's an excellent player, good touch player, and like we've said before, he's a real asset to Hemmings this year. Johnny's playing a pick on the red one that's about half exposed, and he's throwing quietly at it.
By the guard, but he's going to rub on his own yellow one, and
because he can hit the yellow one.
Never got to the red one.
No, it overcurled a little for him, but it's not bad. Not a bad situation.
You could hear him say, "I didn't think we'd hit the yellow one." He was concerned about the long red one, and ended up rubbing the shorter yellow one.
Once again, it's hard to believe when you sit in the hack and you can't see a guard that the rock will actually curl enough to move rocks that you can't see, and that's the hard part for curlers, to anticipate the breakout here, because Hans Wuthers has got this moving so well that it's not something you play in day after day, this environment, so it's not that easy.
Line's good. Hold it. Whoa! Whoa! Where? Whoa! Whoa! Line's good. Whoa!
Hemmings is trying to spill things around here a bit and possibly promote his own to the 4-foot. And The line looks good.
All right.
Nice shot for Hemmings. I think the doubles there, he would have preferred that rock to curl up a little more, but I think Johnny can hit a half rock here and execute a double.
Very thin. Okay. Want to play bumper? Okay.
Well, we saw Don Westfall do this from the other side earlier in the end. Now the Stoughton third, John Mead, will try a little double takeout.
Whoa. No.
Don't lay a brush to it.
No, I think he may have been a little wide by the sounds of Jeff's voice. He may have been a little in and out with it, but he'll keep his shooter and again sit on top of the tee line, which is position A.
Well, he said he had to be thin and he was a little too thick.
Hey, John. Have to make sure we stop. Oh yeah, I got a little back.
Stay there. Keep playing. Tap on the 2, I guess.
And you heard John tell Jeff, I got a little back on it. And that's, for guys, for people trying to work their way up in the curling ranks, it's very, very important that the team is honest with each other because, you're all on the same team. You're not against each other. And, if the skip gives you a certain ice and you throw it different than he thought you were going to throw it, the best thing to do is admit it. And then the next time you're in that situation, you both know what has to be done. So, you notice that with the top teams, everybody admits when they throw it bad so that you don't make the same mistake again. But John and Jeff work extremely well together, and that's a big part of their success.
If you push the 5 in, if you freeze it.
What do you like, guys?
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to make the double after that.
Line. Maybe tap the 5.
We're able to sneak it in and be good. It's risky. Yeah. Flop a bit in. Come good, though.
Yeah.
It's going really good.
I know. I just think it's an easy shot for him after. You know what I mean?
But not if I flip. As soon as I go there,
it's must be a tough decision when you consult the front end.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great, and the way Hemmings explained things is just priceless. Flip in, flop in. He's got his own vocabulary.
He's got different terms. Yeah.
Throws in a few French words here and there. It's just excellent.
Here comes the front end to help out in the discussion.
They don't usually say much unless they're asked. It's that type of team that.
They just tap sit. Push load sit.
Stop number 5. It's tough to tap it without giving us a double. You know what I mean? We're going to be perfect.
And here are the percentages that you've been talking about throughout this game, Vic. And as you can see, Jeff 100% on his draws, 91 overall. So decisive edge there over Guy Hemmings. And
the margin of error to make it good.
Obviously, that's why he's up the way he is. $6,000 to $2,200.
Good blast after. Roll out with blast.
Yeah, that's that's tough. Tough numbers for Guy, but on his behalf, there's a lot of difficult shots. And as a skip, there's times where you have to draw the 4-foot, and if you hit the 8-foot, it's a 0. Where any other team member, might get half marks for it. So, being a skip, I got to defend the skip's numbers because I've had a lot of low numbers in my days.
I wonder if the audience will give any advice to the Hemmings rink out there.
Not much.
Well, this is a very tough situation because it's getting to the point where they can't afford to lose many more skins. And,
I think so, too. I mean,
you see the respect the Hemmings team has for Stoughton because they're scared, whatever they do, Hemmings is sure that Jeff will make his next one anyway. So he doesn't, he wants to make something that he knows Jeff can't counter with. So.
You don't like that one?
Yeah.
I think so. You can go, you can get chipped.
We should note Guy can't lose the game this end, but he would face elimination in the next end. And you could say, oh, there's still big money in 7 and 8, and yes, there is. But once you get over the 10 grand mark, you've got that $4,500 bonus in the bank. So, I mean, the game would obviously continue for the final skins, but that magical $10,000 mark is that's where the bonus kicks in.
That's right, and Hemmings' main concern here is the 2 red rocks. He feels if he throws a guard on the other side of the sheet that Jeff will double those 2 off, and it's it's about a 4-foot spread between the rocks, so it's not that difficult to double. So what he's going to attempt to do here is to tap that red rock that's in the 12-foot into the 4-foot to change everything up here a bit for Jeff.
This is the first of skip stones in the fifth end.
Line's good. Whoa, line's good. Whoa, got a curl. Whoa.
Hemmings, without hammer, trying to set up a steal.
Yeah, hard. Yeah. Hard. Hard. Real hard. Come on, hard. Hard. Guys, hard. Got to move it.
They got to sweep hard to get a good bump here, I think.
Come on. Yep. Hard. That's good.
And they
Nice
promote it to the 4-foot.
Yeah, and there was a pile of options on that shot. I think that's a good call by Guy, because he could have hit it straight back, or he could have hit it a little harder on the angle he did, and you know, that's a nice decision by the team, because it makes Jeff's shot a lot harder. Now he literally has to make a triple instead of the double, which is always more difficult.
Yeah, if we move it like 2
For most curlers, I should say.
Jonathan Meeks come out to the front of the stone here, trying to decide how much of a rock they need and see if the angle is lined up for a triple.
Yeah, and it may be just a nose hit. A nose hit may spring all three, and you know, we'll see in a few seconds here, because definitely Jeff's taking ice on the middle of that rock almost, so he's going to throw this fairly hard.
Well, we said he was drawing 100% with his draws. We saw him find the 4-foot. Let's see what he does with his hits here. Potential triple takeout attempt for Jeff Stoughton here on the fifth end. He looks to be right on the nose.
Come on, get it.
And will he get all three? You bet he will. A little house cleaning by Jeff Stoughton in the fifth end, and the crowd here at the Fort Garry loves it. Triple takeout for Jeff Stoughton.
Yes, Hemmings' worst fears were realized there. He was concerned with whatever he did, Jeff would have an opportunity to clean things up, and he sure did. Now he's left with almost nothing. There's two rocks in the 8-foot aren't accessible for the double, and really there's nowhere to draw.
You know, I have to say this about Jeff. Some people, I think, get, around here, maybe took some of his comments the wrong way when he talks about, his ability to win, but he backs it up. He backed it up last weekend in Brandon, and he's backed it up today with his draws and his hits. The guy can just flat out make shots.
Oh, for sure. And he's the last 2 years, he's said a few things that have fired some people up, but I think he does it to motivate his own team, because every time something like that's said and gets out in the media, his team comes on like gangbusters. So we'll wait till next year to see what he comes up with, but it certainly worked to this point.
See that? No, you see that?
Yeah, about.
You hit a quarter, you're good. That's for sure. Regular?
Yeah.
Okay. Plus. Okay.
Well, the Hemmings team has decided their only option is to try to double these two yellows off with a real thin double. Very, very difficult shot. And even if it's made, Jeff will have the ability to make a split on the yellow rock that's just in front of the 12-foot. So, but Hemmings can't see any other option, and he's probably right. There is nowhere to go here, nowhere to hide. This is a real thin double. Very, very difficult shot.
Hit. Hard. Hit. Hard. Hard.
So here's Hemmings trying to answer that triple takeout by Jeff Stoughton.
Whoa.
He gets a piece. Will he get them both? They're trying to roll that one out the backside, and they spin it out. So a triple by Jeff Stoughton is answered by a double from Guy Hemmings.
That's as good as Guy could do. That's a very, very well executed shot. But like I said, Jeff still has the opportunity to make two, and he's not going to blank the end, because that doesn't benefit him any. He's got to right now. He's not going to lose any money the way things are, but he can only gain off this shot. He can just split that one in the rings. It's only about an inch off the ring, so it's not a real hard shot for Jeff Stoughton.
Well, there you see it. It isn't biting. Well, if the paint is accurate, it isn't biting. So a little split here for. Whoa, that's close.
That's a shot, Keith. Seeing as how I'm the one that painted those rings. No, he does it. He doesn't need to move it much. But he's got to cross it. He's playing it with the out turn. He'll have to cross the face a bit and roll the shooter in. So, it's not a give me, because it's way out in the wings out here.
Well, last rock, fifth end, a delicate split here for Jeff Stoughton that will give him his deuce and a $2,600 skin and a commanding lead. Well, he's made the draws to the 4-foot. He's made the triple takeout. Let's see if a little split is in his bag of tricks.
No.
Stay with it.
No.
No.
This has got to be
Go hard,
delicate,
Doug, on
doesn't
it.
it?
Go hard, Doug. Go hard, Doug.
There's the tap. Will he
Go.
get the roll for the rings? No, it's a carryover. Jeff Stoughton fails in his bid to split, so we'll take that 2,600, add 2,600 more from the sixth end, and we'll come back and play for $5,200. And the game indeed will be on the line. Jeff Stoughton can go over the top in end number 6. We'll come back with more of the Sports Select Skins game in just a moment.
Curler's transportation provided by Midtown Ford. Customers for life.
Thank you for calling Handyman Connection.
Get connected with Handyman Connection. One call to Handyman Connection solves all your repair and remodeling dilemmas.
Aren't you glad you made the connection? Handyman Connection.
This year at Boyd Auto Body, we'll help more Canadian families than any other collision repair company. In fact, we'll repair over 40,000 cars, trucks, and minivans this year. And whether it's just a little dent or the result of a major collision, we'll make sure each vehicle is repaired safely and correctly. And we'll guarantee our work for as long as you own the vehicle, because your family's safety is riding on us.
Boyd Auto Body.
You know, they said I wasn't fast enough to be a pro hockey player, or strong enough to play pro football. I never really had the arm for pro baseball. I still got 15 years to make the senior tour. I'm a man.
Sports Select. Because in life there's sports, then there's all that other stuff.
150 yards to the hole, and he pulls out the rake.
The color of determination. One of the colors between the colors created by Canon. Canon Laser Color. Its only competition is reality.
The Sports Select Curling Skins game presented by CKY5. This portion brought to you in part by Max Convenience Stores. Always in your neighborhood. McPhillips Street Station Casino. Relive the opulent splendor of the past. And the Curling Suppliers of Canada. Asham Curling Supplies. 8-ender brooms and Pace Setter Sportswear.
All right, well, if you're alarmed at home, that's just somebody's T-shirt. Nothing to worry about there. The crowd likes it. It's quite a fashion statement. Now, as we proceed into this end, our skips are now playing for $5,200 thanks to that $2,600 carryover. Our honorary skips, also with a carryover, will be playing for $1,200, and our armchair skips at home playing for $150. And Guy Hemmings now with his own sign, ever the good son. Guy Hemmings making sure that he takes care of business at home, wishing his mother a hello from here in Winnipeg. Keith and Vic.
That wasn't his mom on that T-shirt, was it? Or wearing the T-shirt?
He's like a multi-million-dollar athlete. He's got his pictures on women's chests and things, and that's Guy Hemmings.
He's a cult figure. That's for sure. It's great for curling. Such a colorful and charismatic player.
And what a fabulous shot he made there. That double was, I can't emphasize how hard that was. And Jeff made a triple, and he followed up with with just the hardest shot, because that double had to be made thin, and both rocks just barely spilled out of the rings. And that keeps his team in the game and actually puts him in a position where he has the hammer now and can take the lead with this skin.
And he keeps keeping himself alive in the fourth, and he made the big run back to stay alive. Then he made that double to stay alive. And you go back to last year's Brier, they hand out a trophy for the shot of the week. And of course, his draw to the button in the semifinal was the best shot last year in Edmonton. That was a beauty.
Fantastic, and he's very capable of those kind of shots. He's not really known for the the run backs and the doubles, but he's made them here today.
Good. Okay. All right, Whale.
Not a great spot for Dale Ness to slide that rock. So, you know, Dougie can take control of the end for Stoughton with a good draw here. And he's been making them all afternoon.
Got lots of weight. Hurry.
And there's a little too much math right about this point for a sports guy, but according to my calculations, if Guy wins this skin, he'll vault into the lead. However, if Jeff wins, he'll be put over the top and the $4,500 bonus will kick in. So an absolutely pivotal end here in the sixth end.
Yeah, it's tightened up good. It's you know, it looked like a rout. But you know, the Hemmings team has pulled up their socks and they've gotten to work here and they've hung in there.
Line's good.
$5,200 on the line in this sixth end.
Go room this time. Go room.
We've got an unusual start here. The leads have you know, have gotten behind the tee line. I don't know if it's picked up the speed of the ice a bit or they're just throwing it a little hard. But here comes Dale Ness with his second rock, and this one looks a lot better. It's on top of the 4 foot, more like he wanted the first one. But good spot.
Move back a bit.
Jeff Stoughton asked Gary Vandenberg to move it back a bit.
Wade's there.
And the Hemmings rink will be back in Manitoba for you know, at the Max Bell Center later in March, for just after the Brier actually, for the World Curling Tour Championships. And you know, an added plum besides the money will be an Olympic berth, Olympic travel berth, and so a lot of teams are looking forward to that.
Wayne Middaugh will also be back as we look at that shot come to finish. Wayne Middaugh, I thought, might have pulled off the Winnipeg sweep. In '98, he won the Brier here. In '99, he won the World Curling Tour title, and he was trying to win a third title here, a skins game title in Winnipeg, but got beat in last night's semis by Guy Hemmings.
Yeah, and they always really enjoy coming out this way because of the you know, the curling. Curling is so popular here in Toronto. It's kind of lost in the sports pages, but you know, the media here does a good job covering it, and it's important to a lot more people here, it seems, and they really appreciate the talent of a guy like Middaugh, because he's been phenomenal for a lot of years, and he really enjoys curling out west.
Good, Bert. All right.
Thibodeau draws down.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of rocks behind the tee line. That kind of indicates maybe the weight's changed slightly out there. Might have gotten a tad quicker. Sometimes after a break and after things stop for a while, it tends to change a bit. And so there's a lot of people in here, so it must be fairly warm in there by now.
Weight's not bad, Jeff. Just tapping a bit.
Okay, Vandenberg tries to glue one on, a little separation.
It's about the same weight, Bert. Yeah, same weight.
Well, Hemmings will try to chop it back, and eventually these rocks are going to end up in front of the tee line because they keep bouncing each other back a bit. So we're going to end up playing in front of the 4 foot eventually. Well, the roles have changed a bit because Hemmings now has the hammer, and he has to make two, obviously, for a skin. And last end he was trying to defend and not allow Jeff to score two. In this end, he'll definitely want to get on the offensive and try to make his two.
Not bad.
Oh, no, just tap it a bit. Oh, leave it. Leave it.
All right.
There's the little tap to sit on the button by Thibodeau.
Move back, sit here.
Come on, dude. Good try.
And here's a look at the percentages from the thirds. And again, 100% draw, just like Jeff Stoughton, is John Meade. And again, he's got a decided edge on his counterpart, Don Westfall, overall. And here is Jonathan Meade. And being asked to tap back move it back a little bit to Jeff Stoughton on that shot stone.
There's 5 or 6 rocks in a row down this one track, so they both know exactly what happens here in this spot. It really finishes hard with down weight.
Hit hard. Hit this one. Hit it. All right.
It's a good shot by John because he's on top of the tee line now, and there's a big wall behind, and it's very difficult for Hemmings to squirt that one out.
Want to make a double or? Make a double is going to draw here.
I don't mind that.
Huh?
Let him draw.
All right. I don't know. It's regular.
Think so? Okay.
You heard Hemmings telling Westfall that he'd like him to make the double, and it'll still leave Jeff a big pocket, but he's decided to take the risk of allowing Jonathan to weld one in there.
Here's some up weight by Don Westfall. Gets one, pushes another across. And again, everything's behind the tee line.
Yeah, and unfortunately for the Hemmings team, they didn't want that shooter to roll behind the tee line because now it becomes almost impossible if John can sit one near the lid. There's no way to get it out of there. So this end shaping up good for Jeff Stoughton at this point.
Stoughton without hammer needs a steal to get their skin. It's a big one. It's the biggest of our game so far, $5,200.
Line's a little tighter.
Johnny's not going to be light. He can afford to be a tad heavy just to sit one in that cluster.
Clean.
But boy's not laying much, not sweeping much on this one. But he's definitely coming right down to the face of the Hemmings stone.
All right. That's good.
Well, there it is. Right into that red backing. That'll be, you might need some dynamite to get that out of there.
Yeah, there's not much room there for Hemmings to make two for sure. I mean, they can freeze another one on it, but I don't think he can make two the way the rocks sit right now. He may have to try to move something.
Yeah.
You think? Top of the boat.
Yeah, we have to top it many times, yeah. Let's do it. We'll go there.
Go there. He's got to play.
Go there. You might,
yeah, okay.
guard.
Right. Okay. All right.
So they are going to put another freeze on it.
Yeah, there's not much options here. I mean, at this point, Jeff's sitting one. So if you come short on this shot now, obviously Jeff will be throwing guards. So the key for this shot is that he's down to it. Even move it a few feet or move it a few inches. It's not going a few feet because there's so many rocks there. But the key for Westfall is that he's not light. He has to be shot rock after the shot.
Here's Westfall playing another freeze onto that shot stone, the back of the button.
Where is it? Where is it? Look at that. Ah, well, guys, got it. Got it, curl.
Never.
Not sure where it is.
Wow.
And he doesn't look to be shot stone, does he?
He didn't get the right line on that. He wanted that definitely to curl, and you know, whether it was a little bit too much ice or you know, it was a combination of maybe an in-out throw, but not really the result they were looking for.
So Stoughton has the shot rock that can give him the steal in the skin. It's just a matter of guarding it up now.
And Jeff may because that rock's biting the button, he may just attempt to tap it slightly and roll off to the center line, which you know, which would make it really difficult for Hemmings to even score one.
Gets just two.
There you see how well that yellow Stoughton stone is sandwiched in there.
Get dead to the nose.
And it's not going anywhere, Keith. That yellow one, it can't be moved. So even if Jeff taps the red one and you know, fairly aggressively, it's a good shot if he can roll his shooter to the center line.
Well, Jeff Stoughton throwing his first stone in N6 can clinch the Sports Select Skins Game title in this end.
No. Yep. Whoa. Get over just an inch. Good.
That's what you talked about, Vic. Just tapping the red one back a bit.
I think yellow's sitting two now, so Hemmings is definitely in trouble.
No, maybe we'll get lucky though and do this and move it enough, move this one enough, and be there. So you got to play the tap.
That's what I wanted to see what else.
I know. I don't think you have much else.
The other option, yeah, is freeze here. Out turn freeze right here. No? And he bangs that though.
Yeah.
It's not good either.
It's not easy to get to the pin there either.
I know. I have to skinny the guard.
Huh? Yeah, that's what I think. If we hit this, we go here. Yeah, but if we're able to move, create some room
bad.
for the stick, he makes the slash.
I mean, like
move
3/4,
the six again,
right?
we have a chance for a double at the end.
3/4 we go here.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Yeah, maybe get it right here. I think that's probably your easiest shot, but I mean, what else do we have? Okay. Which ones would? These two? Yeah, it might go up too. If he hit half a rock, this guy might come here after. Anyways, we'll make this one.
Regular?
Yeah.
Well, they discussed all the options. They've come up with, you know, what they feel is their best shot is hitting a half rock on the one in the forefoot and kicking up to the button, but very, very difficult. It's like a chess game because Hemmings is always thinking, you know, what Jeff's going to do, and that's the way you have to think in this game. But the situation, because of all the rocks behind the tee line, didn't develop well for Hemmings at all, and very tough to make twos when your rocks are sliding behind the tee line.
Well, as you heard Don Westfall say, there's not much there to choose from, but this is what Hemmings is going to try, that play off the Stoughton yellow in the forefoot. Let's see if he can come across to the button. Let's see what kind of roll he gets. Nice indeed, and that looks to be a shot rock. Nice chip and roll by Guy Hemmings.
Almost the best he could do, but like he said before he threw it, he's going to allow Jeff to play the slash, which he means is like a half rock takeout on his own, which you almost can't miss because of the pocket.
I guess hitting we might. Yeah, I don't really like hitting. I mean, if you tap it for shot, what does he do? Well, I might end up here. Yeah. Like if you tap it right to here, how does he get one? Hey? If we tap it right to here, how does he get one? Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Well, Jonathan Meade succinctly put it there. If you tap that yellow into the pocket on the button, how does he get his one?
Exactly what Guy Hemmings was concerned with. That even if he made the shot, he'd give Jeff a pocket that you know, he may not have a shot after this one's finished.
Well, and this potentially is the game, because if Stoughton can steal this $5,200 skin, he'd be up to 11-2, and that would be enough to win the first ever Sports Select skins game. So big shot here by Jeff Stoughton. Let's see if he gives Guy Hemmings anything to answer with.
Good, Les.
Stoughton's last stone, sixth end. He's just trying to raise his own stone in the forefoot into a pocket on the button and leave Hemmings with nothing.
Whoa!
Little heavy. Oh, he hit it, and you can hear Jeff's frustration.
Yeah, he overthrew that slightly. He didn't, you know, I mean, he threw it probably just through the house weight, and I guess you know, it looked like it was going to cut up, but with that extra weight, it just didn't move enough for him.
You can see by the reaction from Jeff, he knew he had this skins game title just about wrapped up, and he barely got a piece of the stock. This is the rock he was trying to.
And the bad luck for Jeff was that his shooter rolled into the 8-foot, possibly allowing Hemmings to come off that now and actually have a chance to make two.
We had half a rock, right? It goes here, right?
Our stone's here.
Yeah. Half a rock. We catch this one. As soon as we catch this one, we're good.
If we touch that too much, this one's gonna come back here.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think we could be shot the year. I don't think we could be shot. No, I don't think so, but
in turn, I think you can. In turn, half a rock.
Yeah,
you're
before
gonna
que je pogne le.
hit it right here. In turn, half a rock.
Where the shooter is going to go, though?
It's got to move in here.
It's not going any further than this here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know?
Now what about this though? The yellow right here.
So what's going to do with that?
It's not gonna come up.
We're going to probably punch the 7.
Well, look at this draw here. See, si je pogne la moitié des lettres, you're not allowed to do that, bro.
No, I mean.
C'est pas de doigt.
Yeah, if you stop right here, you're good.
Yeah.
Right?
J'ai pas le doigt, I guess.
Non, c'est vrai que t'as pas le droit, mais.
You can get there.
Il faut pogner la
Boys are
moitié
having a
du
little
pays.
powwow there right at center ice.
Well, you know, when the French comes out, there must be some decision making going on. Eh?
Fantastic, yeah. They all got a few ideas, but
We got to skinny the guard to get shot.
the draw is really tough. The draw is, there's no room. In fact, you could if you tap your own back with the draw, you could lose the game right here.
Well, their initial discussion was playing off this yellow in the 8-foot and then coming across the tee line. But the debate was whether they'd end up shot rock.
I really like that call. Coming off that one in the 8-foot, the odds are way better. If he throws some weight and hits it in the crotch, he'll make 2.
No, they're going back to it, aren't they? They're looking at it again.
Yeah, I don't like the draw because if you tap your own at all, you can lose right here.
Same ice?
Well, this is the game on the line here.
Same spot.
If Stoughton can steal, he's clinched the money title.
Well, once again, Hemmings has gone to his strengths, which is the draw shot. So I guess that's what you got to play. But this is just an extremely tough shot. Yeah, most guys would play the double on the other side.
Well, they looked at that double on the right side, but they're going to draw from the left.
Line's good. Line's good. Hip. Line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Room. Room. Oh, if you can. Yep. Hard. Yeah.
Critical shot for Guy Hemmings here.
Okay.
And they're on the guard and light out front. And they're going to have a look at these stones on the 4-foot.
Yeah, I think Guy Hemmings blew a real good opportunity there to get 2 because that shot on the side wasn't near as hard as he must have thought it was a very difficult shot, but you could hit that a whole pile of ways. So you see the Stoughton team breathing a sigh of relief.
And so Guy Hemmings comes up light on his last rock draw. Right now, we've got to make another house call. We're going to hear from semifinalist Wayne Madaw on what is known in Winnipeg as the shot.
Well, it was in, off, and outside one. Ray's take at it. It was against Dale Duguid. So yeah, there's a lot of people watching. It was a big shot, but yeah, it was a good one for 5.
Bundle off this one. Backing off. Off it. Cross. Catch it. Good night.
Well, the game is still on the line here, and look at the scoreboard. We'll go to 7. It'll be worth $8,200 when we come back to the Fort Garry Curling Club with the Sports Select Skins game.
Curlers accommodations courtesy of the Crown Plaza downtown, Winnipeg's hotel of choice.
The Curling Suppliers of Canada, manufacturers of quality curling products. Based in Winnipeg, Asham Curling Supplies, 8th Ender Brooms, and Pacesetter Sportswear are the world's top producers of curling equipment and apparel. Let our team of professionals help you look and perform your best on and off the ice this season. For your free catalog, call Ashams at 1-800-267-5730. The Curling Suppliers of Canada, your key to a successful season.
Jerry Little of Midtown Ford has always been a proud supporter of curling in Manitoba. He loves the teamwork, the same teamwork he brings to his dealership.
Working late tonight, Dennis?
Oh, just checking out some new angles, Jer.
That's the old team spirit.
Everyone working like a well-oiled machine to help the customer, Jerry thought. Midtown Ford, 750 Pembina Highway. Customers for life.
On the button.
Isn't it nice to know you're wonderful? Isn't it nice to know they care? Their kind and gentle way will make you stop and say, isn't it nice to know? Isn't it nice to know you're
Come home to something wonderful. Come home to the Waverly.
So on a 3-year term, I'm earning... Oh, could you hold, please? Thanks. Hello? Oh, hi, Jim. I'm just making some investments. Yeah, by phone. With Outlook. Hang on a minute, okay?
Introducing Outlook Financial. Outlook gives you great rates with total security, and Outlook lets you access your savings anytime, anywhere. Outlook Financial. Improve your financial outlook. Call us today or visit us online.
Jim, hi. How you doing?
The Sports Select Curling Skins Game, presented by CKY5. This portion brought to you in part by the Winnipeg Sun, First in Sports, Club Regent Casino, come and explore a mystical world, and BW Imaging, Winnipeg's graphic arts communication leader for over 35 years.
Well, it's curling's version of sudden death overtime in the final of the Sports Select Curling Skins game. Next, Skin wins. After 2 carryovers, they're playing for $8,200. If the Stoughton team should win that, that would put them at $14,200. Or if the Hemmings team should win, they would win the whole game because that would put their earnings at $10,400. As for our honorary skips, after 2 carryovers, they're playing for $1,900, and our armchair skips for $150. Now let's go up to Keith and Vic with the call of the 7th end. Keith?
And Steve put that scoring into perspective. Next Skin wins. And you think about Guy hanging in this game. I mean, back to the 4th end. He's almost on the ropes, and he makes that run back. The next end that Stoughton makes the triple, and Hemmings stays alive with a double. And even in that end, when it looked like Stoughton had a chance to really sock one into a pocket and put it away, Stoughton makes maybe his first significant miss of the game, and Hemmings, here he is, still mathematically alive. It's unbelievable.
Right, but Hemmings didn't, you know, Jeff missed a fairly easy shot, and Hemmings came right back and didn't take control of it by playing that little double. I mean, that double was a lot easier than it looked because you could hit that in a lot of different ways to get the skin. So he kind of handed it right back to Jeff. Now Jeff has the hammer, and you know, you'd have to say control.
Yeah. 2-9. Whoa.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Line's good.
Well, this is the beauty of the Skins game with the big money backloaded. A team that only has $2,200 can vault into the title.
Oh yeah, this could go right down to the wire. This could go to the next end yet because
Hey, Doug. Good throw. Sorry.
you know, these guys they're really going at it hard now, and it's hard to make twos. We've had a few carryovers, and both teams are playing really well.
And if you think about it, there's $8,200 on the board, and there's another $4,500 in bonuses. So you're looking at 12-7 here on the next Skin, or more if it's carried over. So it's huge.
It's well worth it for these guys to concentrate in the next few ends.
There's a nice chip and roll behind cover, and Ness has been there all afternoon.
You see what Hemmings is doing by hitting that rock. He's basically saying, I'd love to make Jeff take one here, and you know, have the hammer and the game on the line in the final end.
Just line.
Jeff can't afford, vice versa. Jeff can't afford to give him a skin because that'll cost him the game. So he's got to go for the win right here. So you're going to see a bit of a different strategy here because Hemmings is definitely going to try to hold Jeff to win this end.
Well, a great finish shaping up to the first ever Sports Select Skins game. Wow, if there was a carryover, the final end would be worth 11-8.
Woo. That's great. That's great stuff, and that's what these guys thrive on. I mean, that's where it becomes real exciting and a lot of fun. So, you know, Hemmings needs a rock in front of the tee line.
As we look at the percentages from the seconds, and Gary Vandenberg, so both the skips actually at 100% hitting.
Seconds, yeah. Both seconds are very close this game, and you know, those indicate last end was a bit of an aberration because we saw them both slip behind the tee line. And this is much more like Guy Thibodeau has been playing today. He's right in the perfect position.
You come to do. I think it goes.
Gary's being asked to execute a freeze.
299. Line's good. Hit. Hard for line. Wait only, wait only, wait only.
Great line for the Stoughton team.
Yeah. Try, Gary. Okay, Gary. Sorry, Doug.
Just a slight bounce, so they probably overswept that a little because they had room on the guard, and you know, Jeff didn't want to chop off that rock, but it's given Hemmings an opportunity. The way it moves is to tap it back.
Throw, Gary.
I think your freeze is a better call.
Yeah, that's true.
I think freeze is easier.
All right, play this.
He got talked out of a shot there, Guy did. They think the freeze is easier?
Well, that's how easygoing he is. I mean, he's got his own opinion, but if the boys at the other end want to play something else, he says, okay.
Where is it?
But you know what he's thinking? He's thinking, now you got to make this one because you changed my call.
Where is it?
Skips tend to think that way, don't they?
Well, they do probably.
Freeze it. Freeze it. Line's good. Line's good.
And Guy just threw a draw, so he's, you know, if he throws the same weight, he'll be awfully close. Very nice shot.
I'd say he pretty much glued that one on.
He did exactly what Don Westphal indicated, that you know, possibly the freeze or the straight draw would be an easier shot.
What if we go straight back, yellow onto the red? What about the yellow onto the red? Yeah, I don't mind this. Yeah, I mean, well, even if you nose it, you might be able to nose it so it picks out the back one or something like that. Like yellow onto the red.
It's easier.
Yeah, here. Yeah. Yeah. Feels good.
And Johnny's talked Jeff into some damage control here because he sees things developing in the Hemmings' favor. So they want to make sure they have a shot at the end of this end. I mean, they can't even if they get one, they still haven't lost the game. Then it goes to the final end. So they got to make sure they don't skip themselves into a real mess here.
So Vandenberg trying to drive back that yellow, maybe push something out the back.
Good.
And no, the shots don't remain put. But it does, as you say, a little damage control.
Definitely changes the front of the house, and you know, they've got one in the 8-foot, which may count later on. There's one also in the 12-foot, but you know, Hemmings at this point now either plays the guard, or if he wants to be real defensive, he's got to hit the one in the 8-foot.
Go in here.
Shot, Gary.
Yeah, pretty close. 79.
Well, they one chance.
Let's try it. Yeah, well, you want to try?
One chance, that means a good chance, Vic.
Yeah.
Good chance of jamming then.
Do
Good thing you can know your French. I don't.
Do you notice when the big money's on the line, their strategy suddenly in French? I think they don't want anyone to know what they're doing.
Well, I think as they get more excited and the money gets bigger, I think they lapse into their natural tendencies.
Oh, then.
Go room, guys.
Just keep it clean. Keep it clean.
Go room. Where are we? Where?
Where? Whoa.
There, keep it alive.
I think they've decided just to play a tight guard on these and
keep it alive, guys. Yep.
and put a little bit of pressure on the Stoughton team. And this rock looks good. You see the rock finish hard. It had at the hog line. It was nowhere near the center line, but perfect shot for Don Westphal.
Took a while to get over. Took a while to get over. The weight was good. That girl.
Throw bumper. Okay.
Jeff sees a port there, and he wants John just to throw bumper, so it's got some movement at the end, and good chance for John to get this team out of trouble here.
That looks pretty narrow from our little broadcast location. Jonathan Meade trying to negotiate between two red Hemmings stones. Look at this. Right. Oh, he did get a little pinball action just at the end. I thought he was through.
Very close. It just
he thought so
moved
too.
hard at the hog line, and yeah, they thought they had that shot made.
Still stuck in a brutal spot.
Does it?
Westphal will play a guard. He's forced to go to the other turn now because of where the red rock ended up. So
here's another look at that Jonathan Meade shot. Boy, was that a narrow port he was trying to get through, and look, just at the last second, a little nudge there.
yeah, fortunate break for Hemmings. He's got a real good chance to put a capper on here if Don Westfall can get this rock on the center line. It becomes very difficult for Jeff to remove the 2 red rocks in the 4-foot.
Line's good. Clean. Hit. Whoa. Oh, just over. Just over. Just over. Just over.
Just want it over the hog line.
Very wary of how these rocks are finishing, so they want it long, and that's a very nice shot. Now John could play the run back, even though it's a red guard. The red guard's very close to the rings, and he may look at banging that red one onto the 2 in the 4-foot, and hopefully if things turn out perfect, both reds will be gone.
What about getting rid of the guards? What's that? Wouldn't mind getting rid of one of these. Maybe. Or just double peel. You could almost play this, eh? Play this one. With which turn? Well, out turn. You think so? Tap it back.
Well, John wants to get rid of one of the guards. So. Stoughton wants to get one of the shot stones.
Back 12.
And the way it curls, so well here that in normal curling situations you wouldn't even look at this come around tap back, but because of the way this ice is moving today, this shot is there.
Whoa. Whoa. Stay with it. Off. Yes! Whoa. Yep! Hey! Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
He made contact, but he didn't get rid of it.
No, he wanted to move it a little further back, but it was a good shot. It got it off the button anyways, but it didn't quite finish like they had in mind. I think possibly Hemmings is laying 1 and Stoughton maybe second shot with the Hemmings rock in the back of the 4-foot being the 3rd stone.
What's that?
Well, let's see if that guard comes back to haunt Stoughton, because that's what John wanted to. He wanted to remove one of the guards, and Jeff wanted to remove one of the shot stones. As we get to skip rocks here, we should just recap the scoring that Steve outlined at the top of this end, because there's $8,200 on the line. So whoever wins the next skin, whether it's this end or in a carryover next end, will win the Sports Select Skins Game title. So it's all on the line right here.
Yeah, these shots get real important at this point, and one miscue now and it could be all over. So, but these guys thrive on this pressure stuff. So I mean, they're.
And there's the percentages from the skips through 6 ends. Stoughton with a decided edge, but if Hemmings can get his steal here, he will have clinched the money title. He needs the steal, Hemmings does. Stoughton needs to score 2.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yep.
He's trying to play an inside roll off this. He's concerned, obviously, with leaving too many yellow rocks in the rings.
Right in the nose.
There's the takeout. No roll.
Okay. Too much.
That wasn't what he had in mind. He'd have preferred to roll either inside or outside with that, because it gives Jeff the opportunity to either make a roll or possibly a real tough double.
I guess so.
As long as we stuck here, eh? Mm-hmm. Do you think so? Think it'll go?
Yeah, he doesn't need to remove the rock on top of the 4-foot all right out of the rings. He just has to push it sideways so that his yellow shot in the corner of the 4-foot will be second shot. So it's not like he has to remove both rocks. So I think that's what he's playing. It's a very, very tough shot because that guard is in play, and it's he has to get fairly close to the guard to make this shot.
Hit and roll in and pop theirs out in the open there would be nice.
Well, it's getting good.
You see where he's put the broom. He's going to throw a heater at this one.
Well, it's circus shot time here for Jeff Stoughton in the 7th end of the Skins game. Whoa. There's the high, hard one from Jeff Stoughton.
Come on, curl.
He's asking it to curl. There's the roll. Will he get shot Stone out of this?
Very nice shot. Very nice shot. He's pushed it. He lays one for sure and possibly two.
Nice chip and roll from Jeff Stoughton with his first rock in the 7th end. Trying to set up two while Guy Hemmings looks at how he might steal one.
Hemmings has to decide who's shot rock. I mean, he knows Jeff's definitely shot rock, but whose second shot is very important at this point.
Bump at this, we're going to give him a double, aren't we? No.
No.
All right. He's going to have a slash.
What else can we play? Oh, you can play this.
Could play this. Oh, maybe. Yeah, let's bump it.
I don't know. Think about it for a second. You play this, roll here. I know.
Let's bump it now.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
Front end likes to tap, and that's what Hemmings also obviously prefers, because he needs to just bump his rock back, but he needs to almost get to the nose of it, because if he hits it at an angle, he'll shooter will set up a double.
You're running back and forth either, man. Got the ice a bit there.
He's had excellent draw weight in his last few draw attempts, so this is basically a T-line draw, hoping the rock will curl enough to not give Jeff a double, and promote his own to be shot rock, obviously.
This is Guy Hemmings' last stone of the 7th end, and it may determine whether he's the Sports Select champion or not.
Lots of room. Gonna move. Where is it? Lots of room.
Line's good now.
Yeah. Be there. Come on.
Gonna be there.
Crowd encouraging the sweepers. Here comes Don Westfall to help out. The three of them go to work. Will they get a little bump? They do, and it's enough to get shot Stone.
Boy, did they hammer that. Those two big guys in the front end made that shot, because it looked halfway down that he wasn't going to get to the, he might just get to the 8-foot with it. But they dragged it into the 4-foot, and they've gotten shot rock. Jeff has second and third.
That's true too, eh? Yeah, that's true. That's true too. Yeah.
He's got a few options. There's two guards, and he can literally raise a red onto a red and get that shot rock out of there and sit two.
You could hit it across and go into that, and he might chip that.
Actually, it's not bad there.
Do you like that pick?
No.
No way. No.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll go. So just hit the 5 a little bit high. Okay. Sure.
Yeah, this is the easiest of the shots. He's decided to pound the red guard onto the red one in the 8-foot, and by removing Hemmings' shot rock, he'll get the 2 in the win.
What's the ice, John?
Well, there you see John looking
like that
from the front side of that long guard.
Yeah, we got to hit it just high.
They talked about the clean pick, and Jeff didn't like that at all. Just picking out these shots down. He didn't know it would come.
No, this is definitely the easiest shot. Just hit it a tad high onto the red ones, and the game's over.
Well, what more could you ask for to decide the Sports Select Skins game than a little double raise here by Jeff Stoughton?
Yeah, he needs it just off the nose on the high side.
So here it goes. Could all come down to this big shot by Jeff Stoughton. He's got the up weight. There's the raise, there's the angle, there drives out the shot. Stone count 2 yellows, and Jeff Stoughton has won the first Sports Select Skins game title, and he does it with a dramatic shot. A big angle raise.
Call it home. Hi to all the Charleswood Little Rockers and Junior Bantam guys. Hi, guys.
And they're all proud of Jeff back at the Charleswood Curling Club, because he has just won $14,200. And we're going to come back and sort out all that money in a moment. Let's first take one last house call and hear Jonathan Meade talking about Olympic curling.
I mean, I think the Olympics is the Olympics, and there is no equal in any stage. World championships in track and field are not equal to the Olympics, I think, if you talk to track and field athletes. And it's not to take anything away from the Brier. I mean, it is still so big, but I think there's something special about the Olympics.
And that house call was brought to you by the Curling Suppliers of Canada. We'll come back with the Skins Game champ in just a moment.
The Sports Select Curling Skins Game, presented by CKY5. This portion brought to you in part by Midtown Ford, customers for life. Handyman Connection, the best hammer for your house. And Manitoba's credit unions, own your future.
Gas, parking, insurance, depreciation, maintenance and repairs. Will you drive at all costs? Try the transit test and add up your savings. Are you suffering from gas pains? Try the transit test and find relief. Now in TV Scene and TV Preview.
You know how it is. You take the time, find what you want, and make your decision on that important purchase. And the salesperson says, great, we'll deliver that for you in about 6 weeks. If that's not what you want to hear, and that important purchase is window coverings, then you want Super Blinds. At Super Blinds, our factory is right on site, so we'll have those beautiful new blinds in your home in days, not weeks. That's more like what you want to hear, isn't it?
Jerry Little of Midtown Ford has always been a proud supporter of curling in Manitoba. He loves the teamwork, the same teamwork he brings to his dealership.
Working late tonight, Dennis?
Oh, just checking out some new angles, Jer.
That's the old team spirit.
Everyone working like a well-oiled machine to help the customer, Jerry thought. Midtown Ford, 750 Pembina Highway. Customers for life.
On the button.
There are many reasons for you to shop at Dufresne Furniture and Appliances.
The prices are very competitive. The selection was impressive. They had everything we were looking for.
We're definitely going to be coming back here.
Right now, during the great rebate savings event at Dufresne, take home this comfy sofa for just $789.99 or this luxurious bed for only $949.99.
Come in and see our huge selection of great home fashions at low, low prices.
Dufresne Furniture and Appliances, the best service and savings guaranteed.
Jeff Stoughton, before we let you get away to play the 8th end, I have to ask you about the shot in the 7th, $8,200 and the Skins Game on the line. What's going through your mind?
Well, I think we were pretty fortunate to even have a shot. I mean, they had us cooked most of the whole end, and John made a nice little tap, and we were fortunate Guy didn't get an inside roll on his first one because I could get shot rock off it. So we'll take it, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Well, good luck in the 8th end. Still $3,600 to go.
A little more to go. We'll see how we do.
All right.
Thanks.
Jeff Stoughton and Guy Hemmings playing for $3,600. Because of that win, he picks up $8,200 in the last end, $1,900 to our honorary skips, and another $150 to our armchair skips. Keith?
And there's Jeff getting some well-deserved congratulations. As Steve mentioned, we'll play for the final $3,600, but he is the Sports Select Skins Game champion. I'm doing some little math here, Vic. 14-2 in this game, added to the $4,500 bonus that he'll get, plus the $4,800 he won last night, and I get to $23,500.
Fantastic, fantastic. And they got to sleep in their own beds and everything. That's great.
That's a little momentum going to the Brier next month in Saskatoon. A little spending change when they get there.
Absolutely. You can all take their families.
So
no, it was a tough end for Hemmings because, like Jeff mentioned, Hemmings had him in big trouble all end. Right till Guy's first rock, if he could have rolled that one out of where it ended up, it wouldn't have given Jeff that hit and roll, which Jeff made it to perfection. But till that point, Hemmings had the end under control.
So it's consolation time for Guy. He could go home. The best he could do is a $5,800 payday, so that's not anything to cry about. So if he can get to the final skin here, $3,600, That's what his total will be. You should note if there is a carryover, they'll do a draw to the button. The 2 skips will draw to the button for the final skin.
Yeah, they'll get rid of all the money. That's right. And you know, that's the beauty of the skins game. Even when you've lost, you can still you know, make some good change, because a lot of Bonspiel's qualifying money is $3,500. So you know, you can do that in one in here.
No bump. Got to finish pretty hard. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Shot, Doug. Beauty.
Okay.
Couldn't ask for a better way to finish, though.
No, two real good teams, and you know, it's fitting that it's that a double raise takeouts, so to speak, makes you know, makes the end of the game. But you know, the momentum shifted 2 or 3 times this game, which has been made it very exciting.
Hmm? I think we should go buy jackets. We should go buy some jackets from Audrey. Audrey. No?
Now this end's starting to, like most of the other ends, this time the leads both got good control of their draw weight. Everything's on top of the tee line this end. There's only one end where in the 6th end we actually saw 3 or 4 or 5 rocks slip behind the tee line. That's very unusual, because these guys have had real good control of their weight.
Okay, line's real good. Line's real good. It's got to curl a bit.
No,
line's real good. Yep, do it. Okay, oh, then if it's there, if it's there, if it's there.
Well, Guy hung in and hung in. We talked about his run back in 4, and then his double that followed up Stoughton's triple in 5. But maybe that 6th end was the pivotal after Stoughton failed to clinch it. Hemmings had a chance. You talked about him electing to go with the draw over the chip and roll, and that was maybe his last chance to get back in it.
Well, that really surprised me, because he had a real good chance to get 2 and take control of the game. Then the game would have gone down to the wire here, whether Jeff had made that shot or not. So you know, that one surprised me. But yeah, Hemmings made some good shots to hang in, and you know, they've got nothing to feel disappointed about, except for the fact that they're not going home with near as much money as Jeff is.
Come on, come on. All right, it's good. Stop it. Stop it. Stop.
It's either that or right here again. Let's come in. Yeah, well, okay.
Yeah, the Stoughton team will be a lot looser this end, knowing that everything's under control. They can kind of, you know, play the end to make Hemmings take his 1 and then have a draw to the button for the rest of the money. But definitely the intensity level is not the same after the game ends.
Real good. Got a curl. Whoa, guys, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Good. That's good. Very nice.
Nice shot by Vandenberg, right where Jeff pointed to. And you know, these kind of shots, you see 2 situations. You see 2 reds in front of a yellow and 2 yellows in front of red, and that's typical skins play. These are all setup shots, and you know, I think Guy's team wants him to do some damage control, some bailout here, because he's there's not much from the other end. You can't see much of the forefoot anymore.
And that's what he's looking at, running back those 2 reds onto the Stoughton yellow. Guy Thibodeau.
Yep.
He's got some up weight here.
Yep.
Got to get by that yellow guard, though.
Whoa.
And he took out one of his own.
But that's a good shot, because it opens things up. It still leaves his 2 reds directly in front of the yellow. So that's about the best they could hope for out of that situation.
Okay.
And with a little less on the line, a quicker end here. We're down to 3rd rocks with Jonathan Meade.
Yeah, there's not near as much discussion here. Jeff's basically just going to pile him in here and you know, and force the issue.
No line. Got a lot of room. No line. No line. Getting better. Yep. Sure. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't bump, don't touch, don't touch. Good. You.
Nice shot by John Meade.
Lots of lemons.
Very nice weight control.
Regular, puis frappe, puis reste là.
It's actually very nice to see a Manitoba team finally win a skins game. It's taken a lot of skins games before you know, somebody's emerged, and definitely the Stoughton team is full marks for this win.
Well, that's a good point. With all the McCain's games and now the GM Goodwrench, no Manitoban had ever won a skins game, and that's a pretty incredible stat when you consider this province has a record 26 Brier titles.
For sure, and you know, the boys from other provinces love to rib us, you know, when we get to these things, because this will be the first time, like we said, and you know, maybe it'll open the door for some of the rest of us.
How many have you been to?
Can't really
Vic?
guard because you just got this.
I've been to a fair number and haven't accomplished much, but it's certainly fun watching it, and it is fun playing it, even when you lose. I mean, it's always a different experience. You don't get many opportunities to play in these events, so you know, hopefully, you know, my team will have a few more shots. We've had a few lessons.
Unless you want to double these off.
John Meade got up out of the hack.
Try that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Play bump. Bumper. Okay.
Ooh, that's heavy.
Whoa.
Stay with it.
Whoa. Dip. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Dip. Dip. Whoa. Hurry. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Jonathan gets the chip and the roll.
Just what the doctor ordered. This skins game, you know, being televised is kind of a lead-on for the many curling fans who don't miss a minute of Scott action or Brier action, because the Scott will be starting this weekend, and you know, I know an awful lot of people who religiously watch every minute of that stuff. So it's going to be a good month of viewing for curling fans.
And of course, from Manitoba, Connie Lalaberty is going to skip her rink, or at least try and start the week as the skip. See how she makes out after giving birth in January.
Tough luck for Westfall, but he did change the angle of those reds, and now the angle is actually favoring the Hemmings team, so not all bad.
You can tap it.
And Jeff will probably attempt to move those rocks around a bit because of the angle that's created by that miss.
Why don't we try and tap this one? Move it here. Sit right there. Tap it a bit.
Okay.
Just tap theirs a little bit. Tap theirs a little bit.
So he's decided to tap theirs a little bit, not his. So either way, it's going to change the angle. He kind of likes the way his two rocks are one welded on top of the other. They're very difficult to remove them both. But he'll just try to you know, throw maybe T-line, maybe back 8, and just bump those reds around a bit.
So we're down to skip rocks in the last end. Jeff Stoughton has already clinched the title. We're just trying to determine the final $3,600.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Yep. Whoa, if you can. Whoa. It's got a curl. Okay, it's got a curl. You're good. No. It's going. No. No. No, 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 no.
And is Jeff competitive or what? He's already got all this money in the bank. He's got the title, and he's still trying his darndest to get this last skin, isn't he?
Absolutely, and that's what makes them so good. The whole team. I mean, they're you know, they're intense enough. When they throw a curling shot, they want to make it, and that's you know, that's what it all comes down to.
Tell you how competitive he is. When we shot the promotional commercial for this event, Jeff didn't like the fact that in the script he was losing, you know. Even
well, and you got to remember that's to Steve and yourself, so it's not just your average curlers.
A couple of sharpshooters.
Absolutely.
You wouldn't need to adjust our deliveries at all after seeing that commercial.
Yeah, I witnessed that affair, and it wasn't pretty, but it's not how you throw them; it's where the rock ends up.
Steve says Eddie Wernick kind of shakes out of the hack sometimes a little bit, so we can too.
Yeah, well, that's true. Hemmings is trying to throw a hard one here and possibly spill at least 2 of those yellow rocks.
Yep. Hard. Whoa. Whoa.
Very nice shot. He couldn't get all 3. I don't think it was there unless you threw it a million miles an hour. But he's got 3 stones in the rings, and Jeff still shot rocks. So not that many places to draw to for Jeff. If it happens to tick off a red or something, Guy could be left with a double for the win of the skin in this final 8th end.
And that's skin is worth $3,600. It would give Guy a $5,800 payday. So. Still more than the semifinalist won last night. So, I mean, in fact, with you add his $4,400 from last night, you're at 10-2. So that's still a pretty good weekend for Guy if he can get this final skin.
Sure, that's like losing a final on an average, on an average cash field, and they've only played 2 games. So, that's the beauty of these kind of events.
Beats 3 a day. Eh?
Yes, for sure.
Here's Jeff Stoughton's what could be his final stone in this Sports Select Skins game that he has already won.
Line's definitely out there. Wait, line's real good. Just touch the center line.
And Jeff needs this rock to first of all get it to the forefoot and then curl enough to not set up the double.
Line's good. Wait only. Ooh. It's got to curl. Ooh. Stop. Shot, Jeff.
Is the double there?
Definitely there. He needed it to go maybe 2 or 3 more inches to not allow Hemmings to make the double. But he basically needs this on the nose. Just a tad high will do it. But he obviously needs to clip the yellow one on the way back.
Nice round of applause for Guy Hemmings. He will lose today, but he is still a very popular figure in this town and really all across Canada. If he can make the run back the double, he'll lie 4 and get the final skin. And that'd be a fitting ending, I think. He really didn't address it. He was playing on a tender ankle all weekend too.
For sure. He's done real well. He at the beginning he didn't know if he was going to be able to play. So big shot here, all or nothing.
Final stone of the Sports Select Skins game.
No, he flared that out there. That's got nothing.
No, the final skin will be a steal for Jeff Stoughton. You can add $3,600 more to his payday. So Jeff Stoughton will come away with $17,800 on this day. Guy Hemmings gets $2,200, and we'll come back and tally up the bonuses as well and add it to his semifinal earnings and have a complete weekend total for the champion of the Sports Select Skins game, Jeff Stoughton. What a great showing by that guy as well, Guy Hemmings. And we'll be back with the post-game story from the first ever Sports Select Skins game in just a moment. Congratulations, Jeff Stoughton.
Curlers transportation provided by Midtown Ford. Customers for life.
Hello? Oh, hi, Joan. No, it's fine. I'm just doing my RSPs. Yes, I'm at home. I'm serious. I'm doing it online with Outlook.
Introducing Outlook Financial. Outlook gives you great rates with total security, and Outlook lets you access your savings anytime, anywhere. Outlook Financial. Improve your financial outlook. Call us today or visit us online.
So, what's new with you?
Jerry Little of Midtown Ford has always been a proud supporter of curling in Manitoba. He loves the teamwork, the same teamwork he brings to his dealership.
Working late tonight, Dennis?
Oh, just checking out some new angles, Jer.
That's the old team spirit.
Everyone working like a well-oiled machine to help the customer, Jerry thought. Midtown Ford, 750 Pembina Highway. customers for life.
On the button.
The Curling Suppliers of Canada, manufacturers of quality curling products. Based in Winnipeg, Asham Curling Supplies, 8th Ender Brooms, and Pacesetter Sportswear are the world's top producers of curling equipment and apparel. Let our team of professionals help you look and perform your best on and off the ice this season. For your free catalog, call Ashams at 1-800-267-5730. The Curling Suppliers of Canada, your key to a successful season.
You know, they said I wasn't fast enough to play pro hockey or strong enough to play pro football. I never really had the arm for pro baseball. But I still got time to make the briar.
Sports Select. Because in life there's sports, and then there's all that other stuff.
Honey, where are you?
I'm in the house. I am in the house.
The Sports Select Curling Skins Game presented by CKY5. This portion brought to you in part by Max Convenience Stores, always in your neighborhood. McPhillip Street Station Casino, relive the opulent splendor of the past. And the Curling Suppliers of Canada, Asham Curling Supplies, 8 Ender Brooms, and Pacesetter Sportswear.
All right, we're back at the Fort Garry Curling Club with some post-game thoughts with Vic Peters on the first Sports Select Skins game. And wow, Jeff came as advertised. He had some hot shots.
Sure he did, and they took control early, and you know, to Hemmings played well. He hung in there in the middle stages, kind of let one slip in the sixth, I felt, but you know, fabulous game, really interesting.
And it came down to a big skin in the seventh end, a really clutch shot by Jeff, and I believe we have the picture of it. Here it is. If we can have a look, Jeff, it's this big angle raise takeout, and there's Jeff promoting the Redstone, and then it's actually a double raise takeout, isn't it?
It was, and it wasn't as easy as it looked. You had to hit it pretty nicely on just off the nose, and that was an end where Hemmings had control the whole end.
Big, huge clutch shot by Jeff to clinch the Skins game title. We'll come back with the trophy presentation with Steve Vogelsang in just a moment. You're watching the Sports Select Skins game from the Fort Garry Curling Club.
Are you suffering from gas pains? Try the transit test and find relief. The cost of driving an average new car is about $20 per day. Transit costs as little as $3 per day, or even less with a bus pass. Try the transit test, now in TV Scene and TV Preview.
Thank you for calling Handyman Connection.
Get connected with Handyman Connection. One call to Handyman Connection solves all your repair and remodeling dilemmas.
Aren't you glad you made the connection? Handyman Connection.
First thing I like to do in the morning is read the sports section. Excuse me. Make that the second thing. Sports Select. Because in life there's sports, and then there's all that other stuff.
Now, you can play a DVD movie like The Matrix or a CD, all on the same computer. Only on the new 500 megahertz Matrix system from CDC. 17-inch Ultra VGA, 10-speed DVD, 3D 4-point sound system with subwoofer, a spectacular 32-meg TNT video accelerator, Windows 98. And for a limited time, this system includes The Matrix on DVD. The Matrix system, only $19.95 at CDC, Sergeant at Route 90.
The Sports Select Curling Skins Game, presented by CKY5. This portion brought to you in part by Midtown Ford, customers for life. Handyman Connection, the best hammer for your house. And Manitoba's credit unions, own your future.
We're back at the Fort Garry Curling Club for the crowning of our Sports Select Skins Game champions, and the guys are all adorned in their brand new Skins Game jackets that Vic Peters so openly coveted, as well the individual trophies. Now, John Meade, I don't want you to think that that big trophy is just because you played so well today. That one actually stays here. That is the annual trophy, and there will be a plaque that will go on that designating the Jeff Stoughton team as the first ever champions of the Sports Select Curling Skins Game. So congratulations to you. Now I'd like to turn the microphone over to Al Bartley of Sports Select for the presentation of the big check. And it really is big, Al.
Thank you, Steve. Jeff, on behalf of Sports Select and CKY5, I'd like to present you this check for $27,100 as the Skins Game champion. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Come on. I'll hold that. Thanks, Al. What can I say? Our team played really well for most of the last 2 days. I mean, it's just been going and going. It's been really great. But we certainly couldn't have done it and put this whole thing together without Sports Select. It's a great privilege to be associated with them. They're getting the game is the best little saying you could ever get, and it sure applies with curling in that. And what can you say? Sports Select is just fantastic. Great to have CKY back in curling here, covering some great events. So we're really looking forward to bigger and better things next year. Thanks again.
Thank you very much. Jeff Stoughton is the skip of the Curling Skins Game champions. John Meade at third, Garry Vandenberg at second, and Doug Armstrong at lead. We're back with more right after this.
Jerry Little of Midtown Ford has always been a proud supporter of curling in Manitoba. He loves the teamwork, the same teamwork he brings to his dealership.
Working late tonight, Dennis?
Oh, just checking out some new angles, Jer.
That's the old team spirit.
Everyone working like a well-oiled machine to help the customer, Jerry thought. Midtown Ford, 750 Pembina Highway. Customers for life.
On the button.
The Curling Suppliers of Canada, manufacturers of quality curling products. Based in Winnipeg, Asham Curling Supplies, 8th Ender Brooms, and Pacesetter Sportswear are the world's top producers of curling equipment and apparel. Let our team of professionals help you look and perform your best on and off the ice this season. For your free catalog, call Asham's at 1-800-267-5730. The Curling Suppliers of Canada, your key to a successful season.
Isn't it nice to know you're wonderful? Isn't it nice to know they care? Their kind and gentle way will make you stop and say, isn't it nice to know? Isn't it nice to know you're wonderful?
Come home to something wonderful. Come home to the Waverly.
You know, they said I wasn't fast enough to play pro hockey or strong enough to play pro football. I never really had the arm for pro baseball. I still got time to make the briar.
Sports Select. Because in life there's sports, and then there's all that other stuff.
Honey, where are you?
I'm in the house. I am in the house.
The Sports Select Curling Skins Game, presented by CKY5.
Well, Jeff Stoughton, we're about to draw to a close the first ever Sports Select Curling Skins Game. All I can say is, wow, that was one of the most entertaining skins games I've ever seen. I'm guessing, aside from the fact you won, it might have been one of the best you've seen.
Oh, the shot making was amazing. That's what happens when you play on great ice. Hans and his crew just made great ice here for us. It curled everywhere, and the guys can play. And I think we all showed it. You got some raised backs, some beautiful draws to the button, and fortunate to win.
Well, I think it's kind of ironic that Guy Hemmings comes away with $2,200. You come away today with $17,800 just from today. People will look at that and say, oh, it must have been lopsided. Oh. But in fact, it wasn't.
No, I mean, if you look back on it, I have a shot that either wins or loses the skins game in 7. So he'll be the one, you know, getting to 14,000 or so, and us looking in from the outside. But you know, that's the way it goes. You got to take chances. You got to gamble. You got to make the big shot, and we seem to do it.
and no Manitoban had ever won a skins game before, and I know this is your first. This is something else to add to your resume. I know you've wanted to do that for a while.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt. We've all been struggling for some reason in the skins game. We win a game, lose a game, I mean, between all the top teams that have played in it from Manitoba, so this is a real nice bonus for us to finally win a skins game.
All right, thank you very much, Jeff. Thank you for your participation.
Thanks, Steve.
Jeff Stoughton, champion of the 2000 Sports Select Skins Game, and we say thank you to all our competitors, the Stoughton team, the Madaw team, the Hemmings team, and the Don Spriggs team of Portage. Of course, without them, this event couldn't have taken place. Also, a very special thank you to the Manitoba Curling Association. Without their assistance, we also would not have been able to pull this off. And of course, there's our partners at Sports Select as well. So on behalf of our analyst, Vic Peters, who was outstanding in the booth, and our play-by-play man, Keith McMahon, who was outstanding as always, and our excellent crew here at CKY5 Television, I'd like to thank all of you for joining us here at the Fort Garry Curling Club for the Sports Select Curling Skins Game. Thank you, and good day.
Watching Real TV, CKY5.
In the high-pressure world of News Talk Radio,